Okay, here we are. We are live. I went early, just about 10 minutes early. Might as well get started here on this build because it's going to take a while. I'm going to do it to some Richard Diamond. Going to play some old-time Richard Diamond as I'm listening to this. Hello, Harry, Connie. I will be in the chat for the duration of it. I'll be setting up for the comedy movie 97. Oh, shoot. Oh, sorry, Connie. Dang it. I've been running around all day today. Anyways, sounds good. Have fun. Doing the Western. I finished off. Again, let me say, this is FunWhole. It's like a Lego, a fantasy Lego FunWhole, all kind of in the same category buildings wise. This is Old West Saloon. I'll show it again through the booklet. There you go. You can kind of see what I'm building there. Lots of details inside. Very, very cool. But yeah, I'm on to bag 5. I'm working on the interior. It's going good so far. The walls are built. Because I finished off the bag from yesterday, and now it looks like I got some barrels. Make some wine, or maybe wash yourself. Listen, I don't know. Edward Stewart, what's going on? Good to see ya. Good to see you, Edward Stewart. Yeah, I'm going to just get building. We're going to do this to some Richard Diamond. And I noticed that you can't see in certain nooks and cranny because the inside's dark. But, you know, what you can see there is I did put the saloon door on yesterday. Nilofar, what is going on? Good to see you. Welcome to Dino Brickhaven. I am Dino. Good to see you. But yeah, this is definitely pretty cool set so far. Pretty cool build. As you can see there, the piano, the doorway, and right there is the saloon door that is going to open and close. And then there's going to be one on the other side. And I think that's just really, really cool. The floor detail here so far, really awesome. I love it. Can't wait till this thing's lit up. That's going to really be cool. This room can't really see because of the lights, but when I do a final filming and review of it, I will definitely get the interior shots a lot better. Anyways, that is it so far. And yes, I'm working on bag 5. So here we go. Let's begin. Hey, one Sean Bond, what's going on? Good to see you. Yep, good to have everybody here. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, please. And again, I will be looking at the chat as I build this thing. And again, we'll be playing some Richard Diamond tonight. We've heard them a million times, but I love it. I love it. Richard Diamond's. I've been in the mood listening to Richard Diamond as of late. Hello, Harry. Hi, Boy Donuts to you. Good to see you. So yeah, here I go. Let's play some old time radio. Something to listen to as I build, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. We will start with the Eddie Garrett case. How about that? The Eddie Garrett case. Let's play that and keep on building. Looks like I'm probably going to need 3. Today will be the second stream. I'm going to be doing this for 3 hours. And then another stream should finish this out. I wouldn't think I'd need a 4th stream. But we shall see. We shall see. If I do, I do. Anyways, let's listen to Richard Diamond from 1949. The Eddie Garrett case as I build this. And definitely good to have you here, Nilofar. Z Khan. Yeah, always good to see new names. Here we go. Eddie Garrett case. Some noir.
Here is another in NBC's great parade of new shows.
Hey, Stephanie.
Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective.
Hello there, this is Diamond. You know, I saw something the other day that's as typical of New York as the Empire State Building. I was walking down 2nd Avenue when I spotted some kids around the fire hydrant. They'd turned it on, and the whole gang was splashing around, keeping cool. They'd done something else, too. They'd found a barrel. And I suddenly remembered when I used to play in the gutter with the same kind of barrel. It's open at both ends, and when it's held over the gushing hydrant, it acts like a big hose, and a lot of passing New Yorkers can end up pretty wet. I stopped and watched, and just like always, one of New York's finest showed up and the kids scattered. He turned off the water and the fun was over. Oh, but not for long. Somebody was sure to give the kids a monkey wrench, and 10 minutes after the cop had disappeared, the street would be flooded again. Yeah, a kid can have a lot of fun, even in a big city. But it's unfortunate that every once in a while there's a boy who forgets to have fun and heads for trouble. Like a case I got mixed up in not long ago. It all started in a candy store under the L on 9th Avenue.
I'm just closing up, boys.
We want to talk to you, Pop.
I told you I was closing up. We'll come back tomorrow and we can talk then.
Eddie said he wanted to talk to you, Pop. You better listen.
Yeah, what is this? You kids get out of my store. You want to buy something, you come back tomorrow.
You ain't been making enough on your number sales. We come to see why not.
Oh, so that's it. First, they threaten to beat me up unless I sell the numbers. Then they get sore because I ain't selling enough and send young hoodlums to see that I do. Well, you go tell your boss that I'm through selling numbers to poor people who think they can get rich quick. You tell your boss if he don't like it, I'm going to the police. Tell your boss that.
Sure, we'll tell him. But he wants us to tell you something.
I don't want to hear nothing from you bunch of no-goods. Now, you get out of here.
Oh, no, that ain't nice. Is it, Jim?
No, that ain't nice at all.
I told you to get out. If you don't, I'll call a cop.
You ain't calling anybody, Pop.
Here, what do you do now? You get away. Help, please. No, please, help.
Shut up. Okay, Jim, make him shut up.
Please, I'm an old man.
Yeah, sure you are, Pop. But
Oh,
old
beating up
guys
an old
like
man.
you need exercise. Think he's had enough, eh?
Yeah, grab some cigarettes and cigars off the counter.
Yeah, sure. Hey, we better get out of here. Maybe somebody heard him yelling.
Okay, grab me a box of candy, too. I got a date with Nancy tonight.
I'll grab a couple. I got a date, too.
Let's go. Down this alley.
Yeah.
Okay, slow it down. Let's get over to 27th Street.
Okay.
Come on, Mr. Parrish wants to see us.
Right. Hey, Ed,
Yeah?
you going to see your brother today?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's doing all right.
Ain't he scared or nothing? What's the matter, Eddie? Oh, hey, what did I say, huh?
I told you once not to say nothing about my brother.
I was just asking. I didn't say nothing, hey?
You asked if he was scared, didn't you?
Okay.
Well, he ain't scared. He's a big shot. He wasn't scared of the guy knocked off by the cops or nothing else, see? Not even a hot seat.
Hey, that's the coppers.
Spotted us. Come on.
Diamond Detective Agency. We filtered the choke on the way to your throat.
Oh, for Pete's sake, Diamond, aren't you ever serious?
Well, Lieutenant Levinson, what's the matter with you? Did someone swipe one of your ulcers?
Now, stop that. I wouldn't call you unless it was something important.
I know. You're losing Sergeant Otis to Barnum and Daly.
You stop that.
Ringling Brothers?
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm not. What other sideshow could boast a pointed head with a gray suede face?
Diamond, I have an important message for you, so for the sake of my sour stomach, act like a normal human being for 5 minutes.
It's sure to be a strain, but go ahead.
Bill Garrett wants to see you.
Bill Garrett.
Yes. He goes to the electric chair tonight at 8 o'clock, and he wants to see you.
Well, he can't sit in my lap.
Now, look, I don't like the type any more than you do. He's going to die, so why the cracks?
The guy he shot had a wife and 2 kids. Maybe you want me to make cracks about them?
All right, but will you see him? It's his last request.
All right, sure.
I'll call the warden and tell him you'll be up.
Well, you be sure and put in the call. If Otis does it, the warden will get so confused they'll turn Garrett loose and toast me. Well, in my business, you get a lot of screwy ones. But you never know where they'll lead, so if you've got that nervous, got to get in trouble feeling, you follow it up. I put in a call to my lovely redhead, Helen Asher, and told her I'd be a little late, but to keep the bottle spinning anyway. Then I took off for Sing Sing. Hello, Garrett.
Hello, Simon. I'm glad you got here.
Wouldn't miss it.
Neither would I unless I could help it.
Look, Garrett, I'm busy and you're on a tight schedule. Now, what's on your mind?
Well, it's like this, Rick.
The name's Diamond.
Okay. I know you hate guys like me, but I ain't ashamed of what I've done. That's the way I lived. That's the way I'm going to go out.
If you want someone to listen to you feel sorry for yourself, you'll be along in a few minutes before 8.
Maybe I better forget it. You ain't got no use for nothing.
I got use for everything that doesn't include guys like you. There's no middle with me, Garrett. It's got to be right or wrong.
And right keeps you out of trouble, huh?
Well, not always. But it helps people to live together.
Okay. I guess you know I got a kid brother.
Yeah.
He's going on 17, and it looks like the family's going to have another guy for you to hate.
What do you want me to do?
He thinks I'm a big shot. I want you to convince him I'm not.
Oh? What's he done?
I don't know, but he's just like I was when I was that age. Tough, wise guy. He wants to be just like me.
Oh. Has he been up here to see you?
Yeah, but that don't change his mind. Just makes him madder at the world. I ain't getting soft, see, but he's a great little guy and he's smart. A lot smarter than I was. It's just going to take someone to show him which foot to get off on.
Okay. What's his first name and where can I find him?
His name's Eddie. He's got a club they call the Panthers. You know the kind.
Yeah, with me it was the Brownies.
It's over on 26th Street, and he's got a girl he told me about. Her name's Nancy Hyde. She lives with her aunt over at 37th Street.
Okay, I'll see what happens.
He's tough.
Oh, lots of guys are tough, Garrett. Sometimes if they get a break, they turn out to be so tough they even get to be All-American.
Hey, I'd like that. I'd like to see the kid get to be All-American.
That might be a little difficult, but you never know. Maybe they've got television down there.
The kids are out here, boss.
Okay, tell them to come in.
Okay, Eddie, go on in.
Thanks, muscle man. Hiya, Mr. Parrish.
Hello, Eddie.
We took care of old man Thompson like you said.
Good. You, beat him up bad?
Bad enough.
Yeah, we really waked them over. We got
Shut
some
up,
stuff...
I'll do the talking. Who do you think's running this mob anyway?
Okay.
Get a load of that, Bart. We got a big shot.
Yeah.
You run your bunch pretty good, don't you, Eddie?
I run the whole club. The Panthers got 23 members
I
now.
really like
Hear
these
that, Bart?
gangsters.
23 members, and Eddie's a big boss. I like that. I like you, Eddie. You and me and the 23 Panthers is going to go a long way.
Well, that's something I wanted to talk to you about, Mr. Parrish. We're getting awful tired of just beating up guys. We want to start doing something big, like knocking over gas stations or something.
So you want to start doing something big, huh? Like knocking over gas stations, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you got a lot to learn, Eddie.
Well, I've been doing all right, ain't I?
Well, you're going to do a lot better. How would you and the Panthers like to start making some really big cash?
Hey, we'd like that.
Shut up.
Well, what does the boss say?
The boss says great. What do we do?
It's a cinch. Bart, go out in front and see that we ain't disturbed.
Yeah, sure thing, boss.
Bart carries a gun, don't he, Mr. Parrish?
Yeah, Eddie. He carries a big one.
I'm going to carry one someday.
Sure you are. You're going to be a big shot. But you got to learn first. You got to start from the bottom to be a big shot. Now, here's the pitch. You get your gang together and explain that...
Parrish says we swipe cars, so we swipe cars.
I don't know, Ed. Beating up guys is one thing, but swiping cars is pretty dangerous.
Look, it's a cinch. We go out on the road someplace, and one of us thumbs a ride. When the car stops, we all jump in. Later on, we knock the guy over the skull and take the car.
Oh, stealing cars is a tough rap.
If you get caught, but we don't get caught, see? If we catch a stoop out on the road someplace, it'll take him a long time to get to a phone. We drive the car to Mr. Parrish's warehouse and collect $50. Easy.
I don't know.
You better know. You're in the gang, and that means you're in on it whether you like it or not.
Okay, Ed. You're the boss.
Okay. We pull the first job tonight.
I thought you had a date with Nancy.
So I got a date. I can break it. She does what I tell her.
Yeah, but... Hey, what do you want?
Yeah. This is a private club.
I'm, looking for Eddie Garrett.
Who wants him?
Nobody for a present, but I'm still looking for him.
Well, beat it. You smell like a cop.
You got a good nose. That's pretty close.
Hey, just some...
Shut up.
We ain't seen Eddie.
Yeah, that's right. We ain't seen him.
Okay, but if you do, tell him I got a message from his brother.
From my... From his brother?
Yeah. Tell him that if you see him.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm Eddie Garrett.
Good for you. Proud of it?
Oh, you're a wise guy, ain't you?
I'll tell you later. Your brother says he thinks you're in trouble, are you?
Trouble? That's a hot one. What made him think that?
He runs around with it. He says you think you're a big shot.
Maybe I do.
Then you're in trouble, Sonny.
Oh, what are you talking to this guy for, Eddie? He talks crazy. Why don't we throw the bum out?
How are you going to do it? Grow 12 feet?
Oh, you're a pretty wise guy, you are. You wouldn't act so wise on the other end of a shiv.
Shut up, Jim. Come on, get out of here.
What about this wise guy, Ed? You want to be left alone with him?
Yeah.
Okay, but I'd still like to work this wise guy over. Hey, what's the idea? You tripped me. Ed, you see that? That's wise guy tripped me.
You're pretty clumsy, Sonny. Now beat it.
No, why
You hate him? Beat it.
You're lucky you didn't pull that knife, Jim. You'd look pretty silly with a broken arm.
Yeah.
You hate him?
Okay,
You hate him?
wise guy. I'll see you again.
Now tell me what you want, and then you get out of here, too.
Nice clubhouse you got.
It's all right.
It's 6 o'clock.
So it's 6 o'clock.
Doesn't it bother you? 2 more hours and your brother dies.
So what?
Yeah, I love this episode. I love these characters, wise guys. Yeah, hey, you hate him, hey, Becky? I love it. But that's not a bad idea, D. Incorporating kind of my city, my Lego city, with lights on there and showing the nighttime and the scene. That's not a bad idea. I might do that. I still got some work on details to do, but yeah, that might be a good idea. And definitely good to see everybody, D, Red, Connie, Edward, Harry, everybody who's here. And Nilofar, who I do believe probably came over from the Late Late Horror Show channel. But yeah, good to see you chanting around here. So there you go. Anyways, let's get back to this episode. I love these. I love these wise guys. Here we go.
So he doesn't want you to end up the same way.
Don't you worry about me, mister.
Your brother's worried about you. He wants me to help you. How about it?
I don't need no help. You're a copper. Guys like you that sent my brother to the chair.
I'm not a cop, Eddie, but I used to be.
You ain't a cop?
No, but if I was just a plumber and I had the chance to put your brother away for a killing, I'd do it.
Yeah, I thought so. You look like the type. You're still a copper and you're no good. Now go on, get out of here. I don't need no help from a lousy copper. I don't need no help from anybody.
Hey, Eddie. Oh, didn't know you was entertaining.
This guy's just going. Come on in, boy.
Let's go, Eddie.
What do you mean, let's go?
I want to talk to you. We'll go up to my place.
I ain't going nowhere with a lousy copper.
Copper?
Yeah, he's been in here preaching to me.
Better leave, Flatfoot.
Come on, Eddie.
No, I ain't going nowhere.
You heard what the kid said.
Now, look.
Yeah?
Well. Guns and everything.
Like it? Goes bang, bang.
Hey, wait a minute, boy. I don't want no killing.
Oh, don't worry, Eddie. I'm just going to put the Flatfoot to sleep. Oh.
Hey, you slugged him with the gun.
Mr. Parrish wants to see you about tonight.
Huh? Okay. He ain't dead, is he?
No. I just tapped him a little one. Come on.
Tap me a little one. That was the biggest understatement of the year. He tapped me so little my head felt like it was in sections. I lay there for a while trying to find the piece that did my thinking, and when I started coming out of it, it was like trying to open a beach umbrella in a 90-mile wind. I didn't know how long I'd been lying there, but when I finally opened my eyes, I saw something that made the beating a welcome relief.
Hey, look, Lieutenant. He's with us again.
Oh, no.
Shut up, Otis. Rick, how do you feel?
I wish I was dead.
Oh, now it can't be that bad.
No? Well, you lie down here and look up at Otis. Makes you want to slash your wrist.
Hey, he's riding me again.
You're all right. Here, try to sit up.
Without my head?
Oh. Now, who beans you?
A guy named Bart Lippett. He didn't know me, but I recognized him.
Small-time muscle man, works for Sam Parrish.
A lovely group. Say, how the devil did you find me?
Well, we certainly weren't looking for you. We came down to pick up Bill Garrett's kid brother.
Pick him up? What for? Your job's homicide.
Yeah, he and another kid beat up an old storekeeper last night. The guy's in pretty serious condition.
Oh, no. How serious, Walt?
Well, the doctors say critical, but he does stand a chance. Hey, now, wait a minute. Where are you going?
What time is it?
7 o'clock. Why?
I got an hour to keep a promise. I hope that storekeeper doesn't die. If he does, Sing Sing will be building their electric chairs in tandem.
In just a moment, we will return to Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. But first, traffic accidents claim a victim on the average of more than one a minute, all day, every day in the year. The difficulty is that people continue to think of the horror of accidents as always happening to someone else. It never occurs to us that we may be killed dashing out to lunch tomorrow. The National Safety Council reports that in almost every motor vehicle accident, there is one or more violations of the law. Speed, drink, and carelessness being the worst offenders. Every motorist and pedestrian is urged to support actively the safety movement in his own...
Yeah, thanks, Nee, about the skull behind me. And hello, Broken Bones. Broken Bone Bricks, building the Indiana Jones set right now. Very cool. Yeah, all of these are... and hey, AJ. What's going on, AJ? Good to see you. All my horror and toys, the whole place has got toys and everything else. So, yeah, it's all over the place. I've collected for many, many years. The skull is pretty cool, the alien skull. I've got all kinds of skulls. I think they're pretty cool. Let me see. I got to get this off. I keep making tiny little mistakes, which make me keep going back. I will get back to Richard Diamond in a second. Let me get this on here. Yeah, I should have known that. This needs to go on there. Something was off. But, yeah, no, I love toys. I've collected my whole life and will continue to do so. Anyways, back to Richard Diamond. Just wanted to say hi, and here we go. Ba-dum-bum.
Community. Be careful. The life you save may be your own. And now back to Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective.
Well, the law was after Eddie Garrett, and I'd promised his brother that I'd keep him out of trouble. If the storekeeper died, Eddie was sure to get life. But if he lived, and I could make him give himself up, I'd stand a good chance of helping him. I remembered that Garrett had said Eddie had a girl, so I took off to 37th Street in a hurry.
Yes?
Are you Nancy Hyde?
Why?
Well, I'm looking for Eddie.
Oh, well, I haven't seen him.
Oh, you're a little nervous.
Well, no, I'm just a little worried.
About Eddie?
Who are you?
Well, I know his brother. He wanted me to find Eddie.
Oh, his brother. Well, I don't know where Eddie is, and you stay away from him.
You, don't approve of Eddie's brother?
No, and I'm not afraid to say it. Eddie's a good boy, but he worships his big brother, and he thinks he's tough. So you can just go tell his brother that Eddie's not going to turn out like him. Not if I can help it.
Well, he's not if I can help it either. I am a private detective, Nancy. My name's Diamond.
You said that Eddie's brother wants you to find Eddie.
He does, but he wants to keep Eddie out of trouble as much as you do.
Oh, well, honestly, Mr. Diamond, I don't know where Eddie is. He called me a little while ago and said that he might be able to come over late.
And he didn't say where he was?
No.
Well, if he does come, try to keep him here, and I'll get in touch with you later on.
All right, Mr. Diamond.
I went down the hall and back down the steps in a hurry. When I reached the street, I stopped and waited for a cab to come along. I took out a cigarette, was just about to light it when I spotted a shadow ducking in behind the doorways and making its way up the street
Danny.
toward me. I slipped back in the building and waited.
Hey, what is this?
Take it easy, Eddie.
Oh, the copper. Let me go.
That storekeeper you beat up may die. I'm taking you down to the station.
What?
That's right. He's in a bad way. Now, come on, let's go.
I might have known it. But you said you wanted to help me. That's a laugh.
This is the only way I can help you.
Oh, sure.
But if the law picks you up, you won't stand a chance. You may even get shot.
Well, I'll take my chances.
Not tonight, you won't.
Let me go. Let go of my arm.
Now, look, I don't want to hurt you, so stop kicking.
Yeah, this is swell, this is. Everybody wants to help me. My brother's going to chair, and if that old guy dies, I'm going to prison. Please let me go. I just as soon get shot. I ain't got nothing to live for.
Now, take it easy, kid. The old boy might not die, then we can work something out. What was that?
That's Nancy. That's Nancy. Let me go.
Come on. I turned him loose, and we both went up the stairs 3 at a time. We reached the door, and I got that lousy feeling. The screams had stopped, and from the way she was yelling, it would take a lot to shut her up. Like dying.
It's locked. Nancy. Nancy. She don't answer.
Look out.
I think I'm making the bar right now.
She ain't here.
Look in the other room.
Nancy. Nan, honey. She ain't in here either. Hey, what's the gun for?
Come out of the window, quick.
What's the matter?
That car driving off down there, you know it?
Oh, why?
Because I saw your girl being pushed in it. I couldn't take a shot because it might have hit her.
They took her down the fire escape.
Yeah. Eddie, who would want to kidnap Nancy?
I don't know.
You're working for Sam Parrish, aren't you?
How did you know that?
I recognized his muscle man just before he put me to sleep.
I ain't saying nothing.
Now, look, you stupid little idiot. Aren't you worried about your girl?
Yeah, sure I'm worried about her. What's that got to do with Mr. Parrish?
Nothing, maybe. But if he heard that the law was looking for you, he might be afraid you'd talk. What were you and your gang doing for Parrish?
I can't tell you.
Okay. Then you're on your own. If the girl gets killed, they'll let you cry about it for the rest of your life and sing. I'm through trying to help you, Eddie. You're too far gone. You're no good.
Wait a minute, Mr. Diamond, please. I'll tell you, I don't want Nancy hurt. Please, I don't know what to do.
Well, first, try to take it easy. And then tell me what you were doing for Sam Parrish.
Well, we used to beat up guys that wouldn't sell enough numbers. Mr. Parrish controls a lot of the numbers racket. We were supposed to start swiping cars. He was going to pay us $50 a car.
Oh, call him.
Call him?
Yeah. Here's the phone. But for Pete's sake, don't let on that you know anything's up.
Okay.
I want you to tell him that you've decided to give yourself up.
Okay. If he's got Nancy, I'll kill him.
You just be sure and tell him that you're going to give yourself up. He'll tell you whether he's got Nancy or not.
Yeah.
Mr. Parrish?
Eddie, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Me and Bart have been looking all over town for you. The cops are after you.
I know. I'm going to give myself up.
You what?
Yeah, it's better this way. They might go easier on me if I do.
Look, kid, you got to stop talking like that. You're going to be a big shot. You can't go turning yourself into the law.
No, I'm going to do it.
You come down here and talk to me first. Where are you?
It's no good, Mr. Parrish. I'm leaving for the station right now.
Eddie?
Yeah?
You ain't going nowhere unless you want to see your girlfriend scooped out of the East River.
You have got her.
Sure, I got her. So you get on down here. I just left her and she don't look so happy. She's with Bart, and you know Bart.
Well, you're dirty, no
Look,
good
look.
greaseball.
You get out of my office in 20 minutes or I'll call Bart and the little girl dies. Now get down here.
Hello. He's got her, Mr. Diamond. I gotta get down there or he'll kill her.
Where's his office?
He don't have Nancy there. He told me she was with Bart. I gotta go.
You do, and he'll kill you. Then he'll do the same with the girl. You can't take the chance.
What are we gonna do? I only got 20 minutes.
Does Parrish have another office or a hideout?
No. Wait a minute. Yes, he does. Sure, the warehouse. He told me about it.
Yeah, good to see you, Horror Junkie. JLR, you went ahead and bought the FunWhole steampunk train. They got the steampunk train station. They have a steampunk building and a steampunk ship that you can build. So that's pretty cool. Let me know how you like building it. It's pretty fun so far.
This afternoon. We were supposed to take our stolen cars there.
Okay. I'll call Lieutenant Levinson and tell him to meet us there.
You think that's where they got Nancy?
I hope so. 20 minutes isn't much time. I put in a call to Walt and briefed him in a hurry. Then Eddie and I took off to the warehouse. It was at the foot of 14th Street, and by the time we got there, we had only 10 minutes left. The building was as dark as a foggy grave and locked tight. We found a window in the basement and finally jimmied our way in. You all right, Eddie?
Yeah, but I can't see nothing.
Come on. That looks like some stairs.
Maybe we guessed wrong. What was that?
I don't know, but there was a jockey on it. Come on.
Hey, look. There's a light.
Yeah, a little office in the back. Now, you stay here. There might be some shooting.
If Bart's in there with Nancy, I want in on it.
This is no time to argue. Now, back over against the wall.
Gosh, I bumped into some boxes or something.
Oh, shut up.
Look. It's Bart.
Hold still.
Who's there?
What are we going to do? He's got a gun.
Answer him.
Answer him?
Yeah, quick.
Come on. Who's out there?
It's me, Bart, Eddie.
Huh? What are you doing here? We've been looking all over for you.
I'm on the lam. The cops are after me, so I remembered this place.
Well, ain't that nice? The boss been worrying about you. Come on back, Eddie. Got a friend of yours here.
Go on. I'm going to circle him.
Sure, Bart. I'm coming.
Come on over here where I can see you. Yeah.
That's it. Okay, kid. Now hold it right there.
Hey, what's the idea?
Well, the boss is afraid you'll do some talking if the cops pick you up, so I got orders to knock you off. Sorry, kid. You know how it is.
Drop it, Bart.
Hey,
He
wait.
said drop it!
Oh, you learned...
Duck, Eddie.
You got him.
Yeah, thanks for the assist. Let's see if the girl's in the office.
Yeah, they got a gag in him now. Nancy. Oh, she's okay. There. Oh, Nancy, honey.
Oh, Eddie.
Here, I'll get those ropes off you.
Man, I'm in some pretty bad trouble, but I swear if I get out of it, I'll go
Oh,
straight.
you'll be all right, Eddie. I know you will.
Oh, ain't that cozy?
Look out, Eddie.
Hold it right where you are.
Well, things are really getting crowded.
That's Parrish, Mr. Diamond.
I guessed.
You shoot pretty good, Diamond. I saw you get Bart. I guess I'm going to have to pay you back for that.
The law's on its way.
So they find a morgue.
Eddie.
Don't shoot Nancy, please. Shoot me, but don't shoot Nancy.
Here they come, Parrish.
You seem pretty anxious, mister, so I'll let you have it first.
Oh, you can't.
Look out, Eddie.
Oh, Eddie.
You slob, Parrish.
Oh, Eddie. Eddie, he's hurt, Mr. Diamond.
So's Parrish, but his is permanent. Eddie, where you hit?
I think in the stomach.
We'll get you to a hospital quick. You saved my scalp when you jumped in front of me. Thanks.
How about Parrish?
I paid him in full.
What time is it?
8:35, Eddie.
Oh. Funny, I don't feel so bad about my brother now that it's...
Yeah, Horror Junkie. Connie's having a movie night on Wednesdays too. Comedy. Same time. So like an hour from now. I wasn't able to post, but yeah, Connie is doing comedies on Wednesday. I'll be hosting Friday nights movie nights. So yeah, Hellraiser 3 on Friday night. So, but Connie is doing one in about an hour. So yeah.
It's over. He'd probably be sore about me helping a cop.
And I love the bar and the bar stools. Pretty cool.
I don't mind. Especially when it's a nice guy like you.
Well, Walt busted in. They got Eddie to the hospital. Otis tripped over a pipe and broke his big toe, so they had to throw him in the wagon along with Eddie and his girl. Eddie recovered all right, so did the storekeeper. He helped beat up. The kids all got 2 years, sentence suspended, because my lovely redhead, Helen Asher, convinced the judge that the boys would become much better citizens if they worked out their 2 years on her farm upstate, milking the cows. Before Eddie left for the farm, Helen had him over to the house, and he brought his girlfriend.
Well, we gotta be going, Mr. Diamond. I gotta catch a train. Thanks for the swell dinner, Miss Asher.
It was my pleasure, Eddie.
It was wonderful. Oh, Mr. Diamond.
Yes, Nancy?
Miss Asher was telling me that you sing.
Oh, Miss Asher is sometimes afflicted with an extreme case of blabitis.
Rick.
Hey, I'd like to hear you sing something before I take off. Would you, Mr. Diamond?
Certainly he would.
Do you want it after I tear out your pretty tongue with the lungs or before, you dear, sweet little girl?
Now, you mustn't talk that way in front of guests, Rick. They'll think we're married.
Oh, he's not as tough as he sounds. Now, come on, Mr. Diamond, give.
Yeah, I'll give you a hit in the head.
Helen, after Eddie hears me, he may realize that crime does pay. It's on your pretty head.
Just sing. Stop making like a prima donna.
What do you want to hear?
Oh, something romantic.
Oh, bless your little pointed head. You kids go sit on the sofa.
Okay.
Come on.
Where are you now that I need you? Now that I want you so badly, I cry.
No wonder.
Where are you? Where did fate lead you? Funny how I dreamed you'd still be standing by.
The pretty one.
I had you at my beck and call. I called you any time at all. I guess I took you too much for granted. I never thought I'd lie, awake and sigh. Where are you now that I need you? Now that I love you, so so madly I could die. Well, how was that, kids?
Rick, look.
Well, how do you like that? They're stealing our stuff. Come on, Eddie, break it up now. You got to catch a train. Eddie. Nancy. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, that was the end of the episode. That was a great episode. I love that. Love that, love that, love that. Richard Diamond. Can't get enough of the old-time radio detectives. I'm making a poker table now. Only thing is I have to put stickers on these right here. See, this is a saloon. This is one of the earlier ones that FunWhole made, which is a fantastic one. But they're starting to get into all printed pieces too. A printed piece where you don't have to put stickers on. To answer your question, D, which is my favorite? I mean, Lego's got everything. I mean, listen, Lego has so many sets, so many things to put together, so many modulars, so many. I'm 90% of my city is Lego. But I have to say, there's FunWhole. I really enjoy everything goes together. This is my first set I'm putting together by FunWhole. I haven't gotten to the lights yet. I'll let you know. So far, the build is great. When I get to the lights, if it's difficult, I'm going to have an issue with it. But Fantasy, the Sherlock Holmes modular house was probably my favorite to put together. The bakery is really awesome and looks great. I'm loving, if I were to just take the modular homes in cities, so far, Fantasy probably has although FunWhole is, in 2 days, they're coming out with Susie's Antique Store. A big modular house, antique store. I can't wait to get that. That looks like that is going to be their first modular style city setup house. So, or whatever, antique store. So I'm looking forward to see how good FunWhole is, and it comes all lit up. I've seen reviews on them. They look really, really good. But I love FunWhole and Fantasy. They're really doing a good job. But Lego, I mean, come on. They have the majority, but I mean, if I'd stack what I enjoyed so far the most as of the past 6 months, Fantasy, and so far I'm loving this saloon. So, you know, I don't know what more to say except, you know, I love all three of them. As long as it's something that I enjoy to build, you know what I mean? I think I'm going to enjoy building it. You know, these are legit companies, so they're made with really good bricks. So nothing's cheap, and everything fits perfectly and fits good. Listen, I've come across some Lego sets that the pieces just did not fit together good. And I'm like, oh, what the heck? This is Lego. It should be fitting. But, I mean, 99.9% of the time, everything is perfect. So, you know, most of the time, everything's perfect. But it just depends on the product that I'm going to buy. I think I fell in love with Fantasy and the Sherlock Holmes modular building because I love Sherlock Holmes. So I love them all. They're all great. These three brands, Lego, Fantasy, FunWhole, they're all doing a good job at what they got, and I'm enjoying the build. So hopefully that answers your questions. I'll shut up now and put on another. And hello, Black Roses. One of my favorite detectives because of the singing. Well, that's the other thing. I love the singing. I love the music from the 30s, 40s. Listen, Dick Powell, sing it away, buddy. Anyways, I'm going to continue. I got to put this poker table together. I got to put stickers on the money. Why couldn't they just print that up? Why stickers? Anyways, I'm going to do that now. And we'll listen to another Richard Diamond. The Gene Cooper murder case from 1949. The Gene Cooper murder case. Enjoy as I build.
Here is another in NBC's great parade of new shows. Now, Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective.
Hello there, this is Diamond. You know, there are a lot of people in a big city like this, good ones and bad ones. They walk down Broadway and rub elbows, and you can't tell them apart. Why can't you? Because a lot of them were poured out of the same mold, brought up in the middle of garbage cans and gang wars, weaned on the smell of slums and conditioned to the taste of dirt and a kick in the ribs. By the time they get old enough to raise their fist, they're given two choices, two ways to beat the gang wars and garbage cans. One guy picks himself up, shakes off the filth, and jumps over on the right side of the fence. The other guy picks himself up, too. But when he does, he raises that fist and shakes it at the whole world because he wants things the easy way. He continues to shake his fist until someone shoves a gun in it. Then he's a swaggering giant. Sometimes he climbs over with his little bag of rot and hides in the lap of society. But take away the gun, and he ends up right back in the middle of the garbage cans with his face in the dirt. And what about the guy on the right side of the fence? Well, you rarely ever hear of him, unless he becomes president or gets mixed up with the guy on the wrong side of the fence. Like the case I bumped into a couple of days ago. It all started in Central Park.
What happened? Some girl got run over. That young guy over there ran over her with his car.
I came up right after it happened. He was leaning over her and crying. A little late for crying, I'd say.
Says he didn't kill her. Says someone pushed her in front of his car. Ain't that a good one?
All right, everybody back. Here comes the ambulance. Come on, you.
But I tell you, I didn't kill her. I was in love with her.
That's the last thing you should have said.
But I swear I didn't do it. I was going to meet her about a half a block up the street, and someone pushed her out in front of my car. I couldn't stop in time.
Look, I just got to write the report and take you down to the station. You can tell it to the inspector. Now look out. Here's the ambulance.
Hello, Crockett.
You're too late. The body's ready for the morgue.
Ah, Central Park's turning into a graveyard. I'm going to start taking my girl someplace else.
What do you mean? Somebody else got run over in the park?
Somebody got shot full of holes. Call came in just for this one. That gangster Chino Scabo.
Scabo got knocked off.
He was due, wasn't he? Please, officer, can't I get to a phone?
Shut up. One of the biggest gangsters in town gets rubbed out, and I got to show up at the station with you. You know, Sonny, I'm not pleased with you at all.
Diamond Detective Agency, corpses designed with you in mind.
Rick.
Oh, hello, Helen, baby.
Where do you get all those awful slogans?
Ghost Rider. Ho, ho, ho. Get it?
Rick.
Wasn't a riot.
No, Rick. Was a bomb.
Okay, maybe this will get a yuck. Oh, here's a beaut. Are you lonely? Join the Lonely Souls Club and find your perfect soulmate. All ages. Guarantee satisfaction and money refunded. I wonder if Mighty Joe Young knows about this.
Rick, what are you talking about?
I'm reading the personals. Hey, get a load of this one. Will give ride to coast, must be young companion, pretty, easy on the eyes. Think I ought to apply, baby?
You're ridiculous.
Oh, here's an odd one. Anyone witnessing unusual accident at the 72nd Street Transverse, 11 p.m. Wednesday night, when young girl was killed, called Skylar 6036. Urgent.
That's in Central Park.
Yeah, somebody's got troubles.
Mr. Diamond?
Hold it a minute, baby. Yeah, I'm Diamond. What can I do for you?
I want to hire you.
Helen.
Yes, I know. Bye.
$100 a day in expenses, sir.
That's your fee?
Yep. I like to give it to the prospective client first. If he turns green and faints, we both save a lot of time and talk. How do you feel?
About the fee? Fine.
Well, what else is bothering you?
My son is being held on a manslaughter charge.
Well, if he killed somebody, that's a job for the police.
But he didn't do it intentionally. The girl was shoved in front of his car.
That's his story.
Yes, it is. And I believe him.
Who was the girl, and why do you think anyone would want to kill her?
Her name was Jean Cooper. My son was in love with her.
Why anyone would want to kill her, I really can't say.
Uh-huh. Your name and your son's name, where he's being held.
My name is Cook, Earl Cook. My son's name is Tom. He's at the 5th Precinct Police Station.
Oh, wouldn't you know it?
I beg your pardon?
Forget it. What's your business, Mr. Cook?
Politics.
Where can I reach you?
I live at 261 Riverside Drive. My phone is Skylar 6036.
Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
I don't know. That phone number's familiar. Where did your son run over this girl, Mr. Cook?
The 72nd Street Transverse.
11 o'clock Wednesday night?
Why, yes. How did you know?
I read the papers. This your ad in the personal column?
Yes, it is. You see, the police claim there were no witnesses, but I had hopes that there might have been someone who had seen the accident.
Well, if anyone called you, let me know. Now, I'll take $100, Mr. Cook. That's a retainer in case I run into trouble and have to get buried in a hurry. I hate to strain my relatives. He wrote me out a check, and I closed the office and headed for the 5th Precinct Police Station. An automobile death isn't exactly up my alley, but if someone had pushed the girl out in front of the car, then it was murder. And that was a territory I knew my way around in. Well, good morning, Sergeant Otis.
Huh? Oh, where did you come from, Shamus?
Sugar and spice and everything nice.
Huh?
That's what little boys are made of.
You're crazy. That's what little girls are made of.
Why, Sergeant, you peeked.
You want to see the lieutenant?
I think that would be lovely.
Go on in.
Oh, Otis.
Huh?
I just had a horrible thought.
Yeah?
Wouldn't it be awful if there was a whole room full of you? Hello, Walt.
Diamond, you get out of here. Every time you wander into this office, I grow another ulcer.
Why, Walt, I'm surprised at you.
Well, you wouldn't be if you had to listen to Otis bellyaching all over the precinct 12 hours a day. Why don't you leave that poor guy alone?
Don't listen to him.
Don't listen to him? How can I help it? He screams so loud only dogs can get with it.
Have you got a boy booked here on the manslaughter charge, Tom Cook?
Yes, we have. I knew darn good and well you'd be springing something before you'd sit down and act like a normal human being. What do you want Cook for? He ran over a dame last night, and that's that. Maybe you want to give him a driving lesson?
You're turning blue again, Walt.
I'll light up like a pinball machine if you don't start giving me some peace and quiet.
Can I see Cook?
No, you can't.
Well, why not?
I know you. You'll end up by proving you wasn't even in the city last night. Before the day is gone, we'll be booking Otis for the killing.
Did he do it?
Who?
Otis.
Now, you stop that. Don't you dare start that routine again. I'm the biggest sucker in the world for that thing, and I admit it, but I am prepared. I know who's on first base today.
Who?
Williams. He's playing for... Otis!
Yeah, Lieutenant?
Yeah, Lieutenant. Is that all you can say? Take Diamond down to see that guy Cook. And if you let him back in this office, I'll break every bone in your fat head.
Yeah, Lieutenant.
Oh, where is that bicarbonate?
Bye, Walt. I left Walt coming on like Vesuvius, and Otis took me down in the tombs to see Tom Cook. Cook was a man about 25 or 26, put together like a high jumper. He had sandy hair and a nice face. Also, he looked pretty worried.
I tell you, Mr. Diamond, I didn't intentionally run over Jean. She called and asked me to meet her in the park.
Why?
Well, we always met there.
Oh. You say she was pushed in front of the car?
Well, that's what it looked like. There were some bushes right near the sidewalk. She came flying out of them and fell in front of me before I could put on the brakes.
What did she want to see you about?
It was personal.
Now, look. You're up on a manslaughter charge. You can get a lot of time for that. Now, what did she want to see you about?
I can't tell you. I just can't tell you. It would ruin someone.
It's going to wreck you if you don't.
Then it'll have to.
Okay. Did she have any enemies at all? Boyfriends, girlfriends, ex-husbands, jealous ice men?
She had an ex-husband.
When did she separate from him?
About a year ago. Why? Do you think maybe Cooper was jealous?
Is his name Cooper?
Yes, John Cooper.
Oh, live in town?
Well, he was living at 498 West
Stickers.
81st Street, but
it's the only thing that drives me nuts.
Tell me where your girl was living.
383 Madison Avenue, apartment 206. She was living under her married name, Cooper.
Sure you don't want to tell me what she wanted to see you about?
I can't, Mr. Diamond.
Okay, but I hope the person you're protecting appreciates it. 5 years in Sing Sing is stretching loyalty a long way.
This person's worth it.
Otis, let me out of here. You locked me up with a Boy Scout.
Yes?
Mr. Cook?
Yes? Who's
is this?
This is Diamond.
Diamond, I'm so glad you phoned.
Oh?
Remember my ad in the personal columns?
Yes?
Well, I just received a call from someone who claims he saw a man push a girl in front of my son's car.
Oh.
He said he was in a hurry, so he didn't wait around to see the rest. Can you imagine that? In too much of a hurry to stay round.
No, I can't imagine it unless he was running away from something, didn't want to be caught. Did he tell you anything else?
No, I asked his name, but he hung up.
Oh. Well, if you hear from him again, call Lieutenant Levinson of the 5th Precinct. And I'll call you later.
All right, Mr. Diamond. But now I'm sure my son is innocent.
Well, I hope I can come up with more than your confidence. I knew a guy who yelled frame all the way to the electric chair. They fried him like a lean pork chop.
Frame!
I left the phone booth and took off for John Cooper's apartment. I found the place and gave my rabbit's foot a pat on the hock. The little bunny was still with me because a John Cooper was listed on the mailboxes. I took the steps two at a time.
Yeah, who is it?
The name's Diamond.
I don't want any.
I'm selling a homicide, complete with samples. You better open up.
Hey, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about your ex-wife. She was killed last night.
What?
Mind if I come in?
No, come on in. Jean dead. How did it happen?
She was run over by a car.
Oh, that's awful. Are you from the police?
You got a gold star. Where were you at 11 o'clock Wednesday night?
I was right here in my apartment.
You can prove it?
Well, I didn't leave. I don't guess I can prove it. I hope you don't think I ran over Jean.
I know who ran over. I'm trying to find out who aimed her.
I don't understand.
She was pushed in front of the car.
How do you know that?
Why shouldn't I know that?
Well, I don't know. I guess you should.
When was the last time you saw your ex-wife?
Oh, about 8 months ago. We didn't get along, so we didn't speak after we split up.
You haven't seen her since?
No.
Were you jealous of her new boyfriend?
Jealous? Why should I be?
Good question. I'll see you later, Mr. Cooper.
Yeah. I hope I've been of some help.
You've been dandy. I left Cooper pinning up his gold star and headed for the dead girl's apartment. I knew the law had already been there and that it would probably be locked tighter than a wine truck on Skid Row. I found the landlady's door and gave it a jolt.
Yeah? Oh, what do you want?
I'm looking for the landlady.
You want an apartment? We got one coming up in a couple of days. The dame that was in it croaked. You can pay in advance if you want it.
Can I take a look at it?
Nah. Lousy coppers told me not to let anyone in. You got my word, it's a good one.
Oh, well, then you'd better let me talk to your mother.
My mother? My old lady's been dead for 20 years.
She has? Aren't you a little young to be running an apartment all by yourself?
Hey, Sonny.
Yeah?
How old do you think I am?
Well, it's hard to tell. I'd say, about 28.
Come on, I'll show you the apartment. But watch those steps. I think you could use some glasses. Right up here, handsome.
Was the poor girl who died married?
Used to be, but she got divorced. Here it is. There you are, honey. Go on in, take a look around. I'll go on back downstairs in case the law comes back. I'll have to stall him, I guess.
Thanks, beautiful.
Oh, that's all right, honey. When you're done, stop in at my place and I'll give you a drink of gin.
I waited until I heard the old bat fly down the stairs, and then I took the place
The old
apart.
bat.
It took me exactly 10 minutes, and even if I do say so, it was a pretty neat job. I was on the last lap, going through the wastebaskets, when I spotted something on the magazine stand. It was just below eye level. It was a late issue of a magazine, and it was addressed to Mr. John Cooper, 498 West 81st Street. I grabbed it and picked up the phone.
Homicide, Sergeant Otis.
Oh, this is Wooly. Wish you talking to Lieutenant Levinson?
Oh, how are you, Wooly? Get it for you, chap chap. Pretty good, huh?
Oh, very fine. Chop, chop. Your head, maybe.
Huh?
Wooly say very fine. You speak very fine Chinese.
Oh. Lieutenant Levinson.
Oh, this is Diamond, Walt.
It is. I told Otis I didn't want to talk to you. He said Wu Lee was on the pipe.
Oh, this is Wooly, too, Walt.
Oh, that lame brain, Otis. Oh, what is it now, Diamond?
I got a liar in the balcony, Walt.
What are you talking about?
I've spoken to 3 people about the girl that was run over. One of them lied to me. Now, I believe the kid's story. I think she was pushed.
So she was pushed. I can't be bothered with that right now. I'm all tangled up in the Scarborough killing. We found the gun that did the job lying in the bushes in Central Park.
Wait a minute. In Central Park?
Yeah, we traced it to a pawn shop, and the pawnbroker identified one Louis Spiegel as the one that bought the gun.
Walt, what time was Scarborough knocked off?
Shots were heard about 5 minutes to 11. Hey, That's just about the same time that Cook ran over the girl.
You are so right. And Scarborough got killed on the other side of the park. About 5 minutes to run to where the girl got run over.
Now, what are you getting at? If you know something about this Scarborough killing, I
Well,
want you...
some guy called Tom Cook's father and said he saw the girl shoved in front of the car. He wouldn't tell his name because he said he'd get in trouble.
Probably a crank. No one would duck out on a deliberate murder.
Unless he just rubbed out New York's biggest gangster.
Hey.
Yeah. Have you got Louis Spiegel on tap?
No, he's hiding out.
Oh. Well, do me a favor. Check your files and see if you've got a record on a John Cooper.
The dead girl's ex-husband?
Yeah, then I'll call you back. I've got a guy who might show us where we can find Louis Spiegel and the guy who pushed the girl in front of the car.
Killed two birds with one stone.
It's quite a billiard shot, but give my little stool pigeon 2 bottles of fermented grape juice and he can run the table. I left the apartment and slipped by the landlady's door. I knew she was building a party because I could smell the 100 proof clear out in the hall. I ducked out on the street and headed for Skid Row in a place called the Parrot Club. When I went in, I spotted my man sitting in his usual spot at the bar. His name was Wilbur Truitt.
Ah, greetings, Bucko. You have come just in the nick. Not having the necessary funds to purchase another bottle of strength, I asked yon bartender to put it on the cuff.
Wilbur,
Whereupon he handed me this can of rat poison. It turned out to be rather soothing in a toxic sort of way. Bucko, you know me. I do not wish to deprive the little rodents of their daily constitution, so I would much rather nurse on the succulent end of a bottle.
Wilbur, I'm looking for someone.
I have been looking for someone all my life, preferably a brewery owner.
Bartender, bring me a bottle.
Oh, noble sir, your over-kindness doth wring tears from me. I do embrace your offer.
Now, you don't wrap your hooks around this jug until I find out where Louis Spiegel is.
That is indeed a difficult problem. Mr. Spiegel carried a rather large gun under his arm. Then if I sit here and gaze at that bottle for any great period, I shall become cotton-mouthed and surely choke to death. Mr. Louis Spiegel might be found in the freight yards, hiding in an old shack at the end of 50th Street. Now, Bucko, I'm rusting.
Here you are, Wilbur, and thanks.
Farewell. Lord knows when we shall meet again. I have faint, cold fear thrills through my veins. But no matter. I have never let a cork confuse me before. Bartender, a corkscrew, and bring the cat. I owe him a drink.
Homicide, Lieutenant Levinson.
Diamond, Walt, what did you find out?
John Cooper has no record.
Uh-oh.
But George Kingsley has.
Oh, alias?
Yeah. George Kingsley, alias John Cooper, did 10 years for embezzlement.
Oh, fine. Thanks, Walt. Now, here's the pitch. Lou Spiegel is in a shack in the freight yards at the end of 49th Street, North River. Get some men to surround the place and have Otis pick up John Cooper and bring him down there. I'll be there in half an hour and give you a couple of killers. All I needed was a motive, so I hung up the phone and headed for the house of my client, Earl Cook.
Oh, come in, Mr. Diamond. I'm very glad you've come.
Mr. Cook, did you...
I want to show you something. Here.
What are they?
Letters to my son. Blackmail letters.
Oh? Where'd you find them?
I was going through my son's things, trying to find something that might help uncover the motive for his accident.
Mind if I take a look?
Well, I can save you the trouble. They're about me.
About you?
Yes. I told you I'm in politics. Well, I am, and I'm a big power. When I began my rise, I was a young criminal lawyer. I had to accept a lot of cases that I might have turned down under different circumstances.
I see.
And the opposition tried everything to discredit me. Smear campaigns. Saying that I was getting acquittals for common thugs who were known to be guilty. And later, when I became a judge, they switched the campaign and said that the men I sentenced were innocent.
Were they?
Of course not. But in those letters to my son, the blackmailer said that he had definite proof that could ruin me. My son knew about my past, and when he started receiving the letters, he was afraid to confront me with the evidence, for fear I might have to admit my dishonesty.
Have you talked with your son?
I just left him. That's why he didn't tell you anything. He thought he was protecting me. His girl, Jean, found out who was sending him the letters, and, well, she was killed before she could tell him.
Well, that fits. If the girl found out, then the blackmailer would not only have to know your son pretty well, but he'd also have to know her.
You think you know who he is?
See this magazine?
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of the pages are cut up. Now, take a look at these blackmail notes. They're formed with cut-out letters to spell out the words. The type is the same as the type on the magazine.
Where did you get that magazine?
In the girl's apartment.
Well, then she must have had something to do with it.
She found the magazine, all right, but it wasn't hers. Look, Mr. Cook.
Yes.
Did you ever send a man to prison named Kingsley?
Yes, I believe so. For embezzling.
Thanks.
And where are you going?
I'll call you later. I've got a date at the freight yard.
Oh, hello, Rick. We've got Spiegel boxed up. He's in that shack down there.
Will he come out?
If he does, it'll be feet first.
Well, I guess he'd rather have it that way. Any shooting?
He tried a couple, but I had the boys hold their fire until you got here.
I see. Where's John Cooper?
Otis hasn't showed up with him yet.
Let me use your loudspeaker, Walt.
Oh, sure, go ahead, but keep your head down.
Spiegel. Lou.
Why, that lowlife, I'll blast him to kingdom come.
Hold it, Walt. Spiegel knows me.
Louis, this is Diamond. I want to talk with you.
You better get out of here, Diamond. This ain't none of your business.
Lou, you've got my word there'll be no shooting. I want to talk to you.
Look, Diamond, I know they want me for the Scarborough killing, and I say, okay, I done the job. But I'm allergic to electricity, and I don't like cops. You blow this place apart, I say okay, too. And that's the way I want it. How do you still want to talk?
I want 5 minutes.
Okay, come on down, but keep your hands behind your neck.
Walt, no shooting, huh?
Okay, but I think you're crazy. He kills guys for practice.
I moved out from behind the boxcar and put my hands behind my head. I started down toward the shack, and I could see Spiegel looking at me over the barrel of a .45. One bad move from any of the men stationed around the yards, and I was going to get dead quick. I walked up to the shack and went in.
That's far enough, Diamond. You've got 5 minutes.
It won't take that long, Lou.
Keep your hands where they are.
Oh, I thought you might want a cigarette.
Oh. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm all out.
Yeah. Keep the pack.
Just one. I got a date.
Yeah. Light?
I can make it. 4 minutes, Diamond.
Did you see a girl shoved in front of a car the night you knocked off Scarborough?
Yeah. I called some guy and I told him about it. I read his ad in the personals, but I couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, because then the law would know you were in the park.
Looks like it don't make much difference now.
The kid who ran over the girl is in on a manslaughter rap. You'll get 5 or 10.
It's tough. You got 3.5 minutes.
Lou, did you get a good look at the man who gave the girl the shove?
Sure, I'd remember him.
Rick?
What do they want?
I'll see.
With your hands up, you'll see.
Sure.
What is it, Walt?
Otis has got Cooper.
Lou, will you do me a favor?
I don't know.
I want you to tell me if the guy they've got up there is the one who pushed the girl.
Sure. But I can't see him from here.
I'll have him brought down.
I hope you ain't up to something. I don't want to see no kid get sent up on a bum rap. But if you get funny, you get holes.
Walt, how about us bring Cooper halfway down to the shack?
He doesn't want to go.
Then drag him. I've only got 2 minutes.
They bringing him?
Yeah, here he comes.
Okay. Out that door.
What are you doing?
I'm doing you a favor. I'm tired of this shack, and I'm walking out with you in front of me.
Okay.
Don't get too far ahead.
Rick, what's Spiegel up to?
I don't know. Hold your fire.
I'm surprised at you. Even if I identified this guy, it wouldn't hold water. I got a bad reputation.
Hey, what's going on?
Take it easy, Otis.
You can't do this to me. What's this all about?
That's the guy, Diamond.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure you do. I saw you push that dame in front of the car.
You're crazy.
Now, I don't like that. You got just 10 seconds to admit it.
I won't admit anything.
Then I shoot you.
Hey, you can't.
Shut up, Flatfoot.
Stay out of this, Otis.
I tell you, I won't admit anything.
5 seconds.
Come on, Cooper. I found out all about your prison record. I know Cook sent you up and you wanted to get even. You found those letters Tom wrote to your ex-wife, so you started blackmailing him. And I know you lied when you said you hadn't seen your ex-wife. I found a magazine in her apartment with your address on it.
Time's up.
No. All right, I did it.
You're too late. I'm on schedule.
Oh, you idiot. Why did you shoot him?
What's the difference? I kill people, he kills people. Besides, he wasn't polite. So long, Diamond. You got your favor.
He's making a break.
He'll never make it.
Spiegel, in the name of the law, stop.
For what?
got him.
They sure did.
You know something? He wasn't such a bad guy.
Wasn't he? I guess he's killed a dozen people in his time, but maybe you're right. Maybe he kissed them all goodbye before he pulled the trigger.
Well, I got a right to an opinion.
Yeah, and it scares me a little. You're lucky you didn't try to pull a gun on him. You'd look pretty silly telling everybody what a nice guy he was after he'd shot off the top of your head. Lots of lemon, honey.
What's that you're playing?
I don't know. It says on the sheet music for kazoo and voice.
You idiot. Here, see how this tastes.
That's swell. But can't you drop a mussel in it or something?
No, that's plenty strong.
Oh.
The last time you complained about my weak drinks, Francis had to carry you home piggyback.
Yeah, remind me to buy him a saddle.
I hear they let the cook boy out of jail this evening.
Well, how the dickens did you know that?
Never mind, I find out things.
You have been snooping.
Well, you won't tell me anything about your cases.
How did you find out? Helen?
No.
You'll be sorry.
Here. You sing this, and I'll tell you how I found out.
Well, I don't know whether I can. Your lips tell me no, no, but there's yes, yes in your eyes. I've been missing your kissing just because I wasn't wise. I'll stop my scheming and dreaming, 'cause I realize your
Rick, that's wonderful.
Oh, okay, now make like a truth serum where I sing 20 courses of McNamara's band.
Well, I was looking for you, so I called Walt Levinson. He told me all about it. Very elementary, my dear Diamond.
Oh, get her.
Do I look smug?
Close your eyes and let's see.
Now, that's silly. Why do I have to close my eyes?
Close your eyes. Oh, that's better.
Rick, aren't you nice?
I certainly am. But people always notice my dimples first.
Come here.
Helen, you're looking smug again.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Helen was played by Virginia Gregg, Lieutenant Levinson by Ed Begley. Also in our cast were Wilms Herbert, Eleanor Audley, William Johnstone, Sam Edwards, David Ellis, and Frank Lovejoy. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Richard Diamond is written by Blake Edwards and directed by Richard Sandell. And now, Dick Powell.
Friends, I want to remind you of the wonderful group of programs NBC has on tap for tomorrow afternoon and evening. Shows like Hollywood Calling, Guy Lombardo, Four-Star Playhouse, The Ethel Merman Show, and the NBC Symphony. For the best in radio listening tomorrow and always, keep your dial tuned to your favorite NBC station.
Dick Powell soon will be seen in the screen version of the best-selling novel, Mrs. Mike. Now, this is Eddie King inviting you to be with us again at the same time next week when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
Okay, there you go, Richard Diamond. The Gene Cooper murder case. Yeah, and I've gotten to the stage where I have to put the lights in, and it's just like an LED. They're like tiny little LEDs, if you can see that, if it focuses. Strands of light. Each of these are a light. Says to go in like this, so I think I got that correct, but I'm going to... No, actually, I think I need to turn that around a little bit. So I'm working on the lights, and then I'm going to put the rest of the stuff together. Hopefully it ain't too hard. Hopefully it ain't too hard. Hey, Andrea, what's going on? Good to see you. So yeah, this is the part that I definitely don't want to make a mistake on. And look, it's like bones. You know how typical Western has cattle bones up on the wall? I think that looks pretty cool. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's play another Richard Diamond as I continue to build. And if you're coming in, please hit that thumbs up button, please. Appreciate it. And leave a comment after the stream. I will be going till probably right around 9:30. So there's a couple more hours yet. I want to get these lights just right because I want this saloon all lit up and looking cool. So here we go. Let's do another one. Let's do the Lynn Knight case from 1949. Richard Diamond, the Lynn Knight case from 1949. Here we go. And thanks
Here is
everybody for
another in
being here.
NBC's great parade of new shows. Now, Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective.
Hello there. This is Diamond. You know, I'm sure a lot of you people have never seen this big city of New York that I live in, but you ought to. It's really worth seeing. I don't mean a 4-bit tour in a bus. I mean that one time that you stop along the way and really take a good look. Maybe it's from a building 40 floors up. You brace yourself against the stiff morning breeze and you lean out and watch the biggest city in the world wake up, stretch, roll up its progressive sleeves and go to work. Or maybe it's 6 o'clock in the evening and you're on your way home. You hold up at a busy intersection and you feel the Colossus even before you see it. You look behind, to the right, the left, and then up. And there it is. You could only take in 3 blocks maybe, but the pushing crowds and towering buildings are a common denominator for the Bronx, Park Avenue, and Flatbush. The rest you have to imagine because your dinner's waiting. Well, I'm lucky in a way. My dinner's ready when I start throwing nickels in the automat. My meals and my time are freelance, and my work is a ringside ticket to the biggest city in the world. Sure, it's lonely sometimes, and trouble walks the streets on a 24-hour beat. But that's how I pay my rent. Trouble's my silent partner, and he sends me everything from divorce labels to some marked City Morgue, DOA, dead on arrival. One night last week, old man Trouble was sitting curled up on a doorstep watching 2 thugs hiding in the shadows of a building. Trouble had a big smile because he was cooking up a king-size mess for yours truly.
Hey, Lou.
Yeah?
Ain't he ever gonna come out?
He'll come out. We just gotta wait, that's all.
Hey, Lou.
Yeah, what is it?
I hope he comes out soon. That cop car is due in a little while.
Yeah.
Hey, supposing they drive up the street just when he comes out.
And we don't use the artillery.
We don't?
We follow him and get him someplace else.
Okay. Hey, Lou.
What?
Here he comes.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah, sure. Look, he's got his 2 big watchdogs with him.
Get set. Now.
We better get going.
Don't run, stupid. You think we was being clocked?
Hey, Lou.
There's that lousy cop car. Come on.
Where you going?
In this club. Come on, hurry.
Hey, Lou, supposing the cops come down here.
Shut up.
Table, gentlemen?
Yeah, for my friend and me.
Right this way.
Sure, like to shoot me a picture to take.
Lou, are you crazy? We can't sit down at no table. They'll have the whole neighborhood covered in a few minutes.
We can sit for a second, then we'll go out the back door.
Here you are, gentlemen. Is this all right?
Oh, just standing.
Yeah, this is just fine, thank you.
Very good, sir. I'll send a waiter right over.
Oh, now, come on, Lou. Let's blow this joint.
Wait till he gets further away.
Please, Lou.
Okay. Now you go first. Take your time off, Molly.
Picture, sir?
Huh?
No, miss, we don't want no photographs.
Yeah, we don't want none.
Thanks, just the same.
Oh, that's okay. Picture?
Like a souvenir picture to take home? Yes, thank you.
Well, come on.
Right behind you.
Now, hold it right there. No, don't move. Thank you. That will be developed shortly.
Hey, Mel, hold it a minute.
Yeah, what is it?
It's that dame.
This is no time to start looking at dames.
No, you fathead. The one with the camera.
So she's got good-looking legs, but we got... Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
There's a cop in the door.
Get going, but take your time. I'll tell you about the dame later.
Oh, Lynn,
Yeah? What is it, Monsieur Davis?
where are you going?
Back to the dark room to develop these pictures. You always said not to keep the customers waiting, didn't you, Monsieur Davis?
I'm glad to see you listen to your employer. I'll just come along to see how this batch turns out.
This batch isn't any different from the last 100 batches.
We'll just go along and see.
Oh, that does it.
I beg your
I
pardon.
said that does it. You cornered me in that dark room once, and it was all I could do to keep you away from me.
Lynn.
If you think that just because you run this place, you got a right to make passes at me, you better get yourself a new girl.
Maybe that isn't such a bad idea.
Come to think of it, I kind of go for it myself. And as long as I'm quitting, here's something you've been asking for a long time.
Oh, hey, what do you think you're doing?
Now get out of my way. That phony French accent may fool the customers, but it doesn't fool me.
You get out of here. Pick up your check and get out of here this minute. You little... Oh!
Now, what were you going to say, Mr. Davis?
Get out. Get out.
Diamond Detective Agency, if you've lost a body, let us dig it up.
Oh, Rick, that's awful.
Depends on who we dig up and how long he's been there.
Rick,
Hello, Helen, baby.
you're simply gruesome.
I know it, but my tongue matches my shirts.
What do you do when you wear stripes?
I tell everybody I've been licking barber poles. Nah, thought you'd catch me, didn't you?
No, I don't think I'll ever get you.
Oh, I think you're the prettiest little old gal in the whole dang breasted state.
Flattery will get you nowhere. Have we got a date tonight?
Of course,
Only
I'm
if the elevator's
searching
still
for some
running.
pieces.
Mr. Diamond?
Hmm? Oh, I'll call you back later, honey. I think I just sighted a client.
Mr. Diamond, please, I've got to talk to you.
Well, honey, go back and shut the door. If too much smoke gets out of here, the ceiling will cave in.
What? Oh, yes. All right.
Rick, did I hear a girl's voice?
I think so. But maybe she just wears those clothes because her mother never had a haircut.
What does she look like?
I can't tell you right now. I'm parked behind a curb.
There. The door is closed, Mr. Diamond. Now, may I speak with you, please?
Helen, I'll call you later.
I don't care if she is a prospective client. You face the window when you're talking business.
Well, there's a cigarette ad out there. Why look out at an ad when the slogan's right here in my office?
Slogan?
Yeah, you know. So round, so firm, so...
Rick.
Bye, baby. Now, you were saying...
I want to hire you to protect me, Mr. Diamond.
I know an easier way. Wear a diving suit.
Mr. Diamond, put your eyes back in your head. And please listen to me. My life is in danger.
There's an answer for that, too, but go on. Tell me the story.
Well, my name is Knight.
Miss?
Yes.
Yes.
In the last 2 days, there have been several attempts on my life.
By whom?
Well, I don't know.
Swell. Do you know why anyone would want to kill you?
No, I don't.
Well, now we're getting someplace.
Don't be funny, Mr. Diamond. I tell you that twice an attempt has been made on my life.
How?
Well, the first time a man followed me home and tried to break into my apartment. I screamed and frightened him off.
Maybe he was lonesome. What about the other time?
Well, I don't know whether it was the same man or not, but the next night a man jumped out of a car and tried to make me go with him. I kicked him and ran down the block.
Sounds more like a kidnapping than attempted homicide. Why didn't you tell this to the police?
Oh, I did. They investigated, but I couldn't give them enough to go on, so they just put a man watching my apartment.
I bet he has to stand in line. Didn't they give you an escort?
No. They seemed to think I was after some kind of publicity or something. They told me it was all right to go out in the daytime, but to stay in my apartment for the next couple of nights.
Sounds reasonable.
Will you help me, Mr. Diamond? I'm afraid this will happen again.
My dear, my fee is $100 a day in expenses.
100 a day? Oh, Mr. Diamond, I don't have that kind of money.
Well, neither do I, but if I starve, I do it with dignity. I can't lower my fee, Miss Knight. I never have.
Well, then, I'll have to find another detective agency.
There are a lot of good ones. I'm sorry, the rule might bend a little, but it won't break. If I took the job knowing you couldn't pay half the fee, 10 minutes later, some guy from Texas with an oil-soaked wallet might want to hire me to count his gas stations. Sorry, but it's a tough world, Miss Knight.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Mr. Diamond. Maybe you could recommend someone?
Oh, any of them are good. Just close your eyes and open the classified.
Well, goodbye, Miss.
Sorry, it's well, you guys are listening to Richard Diamond, but yeah, I'm putting these lights in and is taking the most time. I think I got it now. Like anything, once I continue to do it, they're just little LED strings, and they've got little bricks that actually have little slots for it to go through, so it's very intricate. So I'm making sure I do it right, but I think I just got it. On to the next step. Here we go. Richard Diamond.
Diamond, I'm sorry.
So am I. My conscience just slit its throat.
Like you said, Mr. Diamond, it's a tough world.
Yeah, the toughest.
Goodbye.
Yeah. No, nuts. Yeah, what is it?
Diamond?
He's hiding his head in the desk. I'll get him for you. Come on out, you heel.
Look, I don't know who this is, but put Diamond on the pipe.
This is Diamond. Wait till I get the bad taste out of my mouth.
Look, you can wet your whistle later.
I've always wondered what happened to people who said that.
Is there a dame in your office named Knight?
Well, there was. She left just before you called.
Well, let me give you a little tip. If she hired you, you're going to start feeling overworked right now, so tell her you don't want the job.
Oh, I am, huh?
Yeah. Or your nearest relative is going to have to come down and identify the body.
You know something?
No, what?
A couple of minutes ago, I proved that a good businessman can start looking like a big fat heel for a lousy $100 a day in expenses.
Huh?
Don't work on it too long, but stop in sometime, Buster. I'd like to help you spit out your teeth.
You better listen to what I say, Shamus. You're way out of your class in this one.
I'm always out of my class when I talk with slobs. And if you don't like it, look me up. I'll be working for Miss Knight. I went out of my office in a hurry. When somebody tries to push me around, it's like giving a kid a slingshot in a hothouse. You can tell him all night not to do it, but by morning, he's busted every window in the place. I hoped I might catch Miss Knight before she got to the street, so I grabbed the elevator and went down to the first floor. I couldn't find her in the lobby, so I went out on the sidewalk. The street was crowded, but those curves showed up like a covered wagon on Madison Avenue. She was just starting across Broadway when a big black sedan pulled up and a guy climbed out after her. I took off as fast as my little 175 pounds would carry me and cut kitty corner across the street with an eye on the black sedan. The guy had her by the arm, and I knew when she stopped struggling, he'd showed her his gun. I was on a dead run, going to make like a big hero, but his .38 changed my mind. He missed with the first one, then he shoved the girl away from him and tried again. I could hear the slug whine past
I'm
my
an
head,
electrician.
so I hit the
I'm putting
sidewalk right
lights.
next to the girl. He jumped for the car. I just lay there and watched him drive off.
Did you get the license number?
Oh, it was covered with mud.
Gee, I guess you must look pretty silly just sitting here.
Yeah. Got some jacks? I'm a whiz at forces.
Maybe you believe me now, Mr. Diamond.
Yeah. Here, let me give you a hand up.
Thanks.
Now, come on, let's get out of here. We're collecting a crowd.
Where are we going?
I know a policeman who can't understand attempted assault. He says it's not necessary. And believe me, baby, he's got a cure for it. Come on.
In just a moment, we will return to Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. But first, the National Safety Council reports that in almost every motor vehicle accident, there is one or more violations of the law, speed, drink, and carelessness being the worst offenders. The difficulty is that people continue to think of the horror of accidents as always happening to someone else. It never occurs to us that we may be killed dashing out to lunch tomorrow. Yes, it can and does happen, for it's the careless little chances each one of us takes every day that cause the big accident totals. Every motorist and pedestrian is urged to support actively the safety movement in his own community. Be careful. The life you save may be your own. And now, back to Dick Powell and the second act of Richard Diamond, Private Detective. Diamond is hurrying with his pretty client to see Lieutenant Levinson, head of homicide.
I hailed a cab, and 10 minutes later, Len Knight and I were walking into the 5th Precinct Police Station. Sergeant Otis looked up and started to say something, but when he saw what I was with, he changed it to a low whistle. Oh, stop puckering, Otis. You look like you've been unstopping sinks.
Oh, very funny, wise guy. How about the introduction?
Miss Knight, Sergeant Otis. Homicide's answer to mercy killings.
Hello, Sergeant.
Yeah, don't pay no attention to him, Miss Knight. He was born with a nasty disposition.
Is the lieutenant in, Sergeant?
Yeah, go ahead. He'll see you. Nice meeting you, Miss Knight.
I think I just saw
nice
something float
meeting
by
you,
in front of
Sergeant.
me.
Otis.
Maybe just the
Stop
lighting.
clucking. You'll have every rooster in town in here.
Might be a ghost
Hello,
down
Walt.
here watching me. I don't know.
This is Miss Knight.
Is she dead?
Walt, say something nice to the lieutenant, dear.
After that last remark?
Oh, look, Miss Knight, I'm sorry, but this guy you're with has a talent for finding homicides. I'm suspicious of everyone I see him with, because even if they walk into my office with him, he'd do it just to confuse me.
Well, I'm quite alive, Lieutenant.
Then let me give you a friendly tip, Miss Knight. Stay away from this guy. His sense of humor will turn your hair white.
Oh, isn't he a dream? Walt, Miss Knight wants protection.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Walt, now stop gnawing on the desk and listen to me. Miss Knight is in line for a murder or for kidnapping.
I knew it.
She wants protection, and you're going to give it to her.
That's not my department.
This is homicide, isn't it?
Of course it is, but you know very well we don't go to work until you're dead.
Well, honey, I guess you'll just have to run it and get yourself killed. It's the only way.
Now you stop that. Send her to another department. They'll give her all the protection she needs.
She's been there. They stuck a guy out in front of her apartment. Now, look, I just saw Hood try to muscle her into a car. He took a shot at me, and you know bullets give me that let-down feeling. Now, put one of your boys with her until I can do something about clearing this thing up.
What's your full name, Miss Knight?
Lynette. Lynn, for short.
Where do you live and where do you work?
I live at 419 West 48th Street, apartment 309. I quit my job 3 days ago.
Where was this job?
The Circus Club on 52nd Street. I took pictures.
Took pictures?
Yeah, you know. Souvenirs of the customers.
Oh. Why'd you quit?
Well, my boss got grabby. I slapped him around.
Hey, wait a minute, honey. Did you say Circus Club, 52nd Street?
Yeah, what about it?
Walt, didn't somebody gun down Al Rigoletta and two of his boys right near there?
Say, you're right. 3 nights ago.
You didn't see that shooting, did you, Miss Knight?
Well, no, but I read about it the next day.
Well, if you didn't see it, they couldn't want to get at you just because you were a witness.
Oh, this is screwy. What have we got to work on?
You just put a man to guard her. I'm going to see what I can do.
All right, but only because I owe you a favor. Otis.
Yeah, Lieutenant?
Get in here.
Otis?
Yes, Otis. He's not as stupid as he looks.
Want to bet?
He couldn't be and live.
You want me, Lieutenant?
Not for keeps. I want you to stay with Miss Knight here until I tell you to come home. Somebody's trying to get rough with her. Got it?
Yeah.
Walt, have you found any eggs around the office?
Eggs?
Otis, where do you hide your nest?
Oh, Lieutenant, make this guy lay off from me.
Yeah, Rick, lay off the poor guy. Otis.
Yeah, Lieutenant.
Stop standing on one leg and wait outside, you mallet head.
Oh, yeah, Lieutenant.
Walt, I'll keep in touch.
Okay.
Mr. Diamond.
Yes?
Thanks. I'll make it up to you some way.
Don't strain yourself. I like an obligation to be fun.
It will be.
Rick.
Yeah?
Bye.
I left the 5th precinct and headed for the Circus Club. It was a small place with sawdust on the floor and colored decorations like the inside of a circus tent. The place was still closed, but a short, dapper little guy in a gray business suit answered my knock.
Yes, you're from the police?
Why? You need them?
I just put in a call. Someone burglarized the place last night.
Oh. You know a girl named Knight?
Lynn Knight?
That's it.
I most certainly do. I fired her 3 nights ago. If she's in some kind of trouble with the police, she deserves it.
You must run this place.
That's right. My name's Davis. Would you like to take a look at the room that was broken into?
I certainly would. What did they steal?
That's just it. I don't know. They turned it upside down, but I can't imagine what they were after. It's a dark room.
A dark room?
Yes. I have several girls that take pictures of the customers. They developed the prints in the back of the cafe. Right this way.
Forget it.
But I thought you wanted...
I'm not from the police, Mr. Davis. I'm a private detective. Tell me, did Miss Knight turn in all her film the night she quit?
I fired her.
Difference of opinion. Did she turn in all her film?
Why, no. As a matter of fact, she didn't. She left with her camera, and several customers got rather angry when the pictures weren't developed.
You mean her last roll was still in that camera?
It must have been. She didn't leave it in the dark room. I looked.
Where's the phone?
Right over there.
Lieutenant Levinson, homicide.
Walt, I think I've got something.
Diamond, I've got something, too. A sour stomach and headache.
What's the matter?
Otis followed that night dame halfway home, and some guy stepped out of an alley and split his head with a sap. He's down in emergency getting his skull crocheted.
What about the girl?
We don't know. Otis can't remember.
Oh, that's dandy. I'll call you back.
Now, you wait a minute.
I can't. Bye. I had one of those muscle-bound hunches. And I had to work fast or Lynn Knight was going to get herself kicked around and maybe end up in the city morgue. I remembered her dress. And 15 minutes later, I was standing in front of room 309. I could hear the phone ringing from somewhere inside, so I waited to see if anyone answered it. On the third ring, I tried the door. Well. Hello?
Who is this?
This is Diamond.
Oh, thank goodness. This is Lynn Knight.
Well, where the devil are you? Lieutenant Levinson said you disappeared.
I'm in a bar on 50th Street. That man who tried to shove me into his car this afternoon hit Sergeant Otis on the head, and I've been running ever since.
How did you know I was here?
Oh, I didn't. I called your office and got no answer, so I just took a chance maybe you'd gone looking for me.
I was, but I was looking for something else, too. Tell me, baby, have you got a camera?
Why, I did have.
Did have. What happened to it?
Well, I sort of sold it.
Oh, you mean you hocked it?
Well, I didn't need it anymore, and I did need the money.
You stay right where you are, and I'll be down. What's the name of the place?
2320 Club. Please hurry, Mr. Diamond. I'm scared.
Okay. I want to ask you something else.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, I thought you'd hung up.
No, I thought you... Lynn,
Yeah?
is there an extension on this phone?
Why, yes, in the bedroom. Say, you don't think...
I don't know. Wait a minute. Hey, what are you guys... Oh!
Mr. Diamond? Mr. Diamond, are you still on the...
Okay, Mel. Let's go get the dame.
Hey, that was pretty smart waiting around and listening in on the extension, Lou. What do you want me to do with the Shaughnessy? He looks like he can still hear things.
Well, turn them off.
Sure. Okay, let's go.
What are you limping for?
I kicked him with the wrong foot. I got a lousy ingrown toenail.
I laid there trying to crawl back to a more sensible way of life. He'd kicked me so hard that it shook my eyes loose and they'd run back into my head to hide. Everything was suddenly crammed into a long funnel that disappeared into the floor, and I felt pretty sick. I was stuck in an acre of colored molasses.
Night,
Trying
Jody.
to get myself loose was like
Have a
pulling
good
a
night.
fella through a
Hey,
garden hose.
You know what?
When
Jody,
I finally made
if
it,
you-
I stuck...
Where are you located at? Do you just get to bed early? Like I'm Eastern Standard Time right now. It's going on 8 o'clock. You're headed to bed. Do you just need to go to bed earlier, or are you like somewhere? I don't think you would be in the UK. I can't remember. How come I don't remember? It's never popped up. Yeah, let me know. Pacific, Eastern. What are you? Central? You're not in the UK, right, Jody? No. Why am I confused? Anyway, so we go back. I'm just putting together the windows and the drapery.
My head under a sink and let the cold water bring me back to normal. Then I headed for the 2320 Club in a hurry.
Something I could do for you?
I'm looking for a girl, but I don't see her.
They come and go.
There you go. That's the thing. You got to get up at 4 a.m., so you're an early to bed. I get it. Have a good night. Rest well. If you need to listen on low to the channel, please do, or the Late Late Horror Show overnight. But rest well, Jody.
It's like that around here.
She had on a green skirt and a jersey blouse. Couldn't miss her unless you don't like girls.
Oh, her. She used the phone and then she left.
Alone?
No, a couple of ugly-looking guys came in and she left with them. Hey, you know her?
Yeah.
Well, she forgot her purse. You might tell her.
Her purse? Let me see it.
Oh, no.
Here's the badge, Buster.
Oh, okay.
He handed me the purse, and I went through it. Nothing much but a pawn ticket. I looked at it, and that hunch started biting my leg, so I took off for the pawn shop.
Good afternoon.
Here's a ticket. I want to claim the article.
Sure. A11249. Here it is. Ah, lovely camera.
Bingo.
Did the girl sell it to you?
No, she just wants me to claim it for her.
Well, be careful. She said there was still some film in it. She wanted to come back and get it when she got a new job. $15, please.
Here you are. Is there a place around here where I can get the film developed?
Right across the street. You can see it from here.
Yeah, thanks.
Here it comes. Yep, it's coming up, but we'll leave it in a little longer. Hey, maybe I'm nosy, but what's so important about this roll of film?
I'll tell you better when I look at it.
Well, I'll turn on the light. There you are.
Yeah. Well, nothing on this one. Nope. Hey, look at this.
Oh, some old guy with his wife. Is that what you wanted to find?
You see those two guys in the background that look like they're just sneaking out of a chicken house?
Yeah, so what?
The one in the back is Lou Garzoni.
The gangster?
Yeah. Give me that negative. Let's get out of here.
Well, you two holding hands in there?
Hey, who are you and what's the gun for?
Take it easy, Doc. He shoots people.
That's right. Now back into the room.
All right, but take it easy with that gun.
Give me that negative, Shamus.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, where's the picture?
It's still in the juice.
Well, get it.
I'll get it.
That's better. Well, come on.
I can't seem to find it.
Oh, yeah?
Look for yourself.
I'll look.
See?
Say, you threw it in his face. That stuff might blind him.
So now he can't see to kill you.
My eyes. Get me to the doctor, quick.
After you tell me where the girl is.
212 West 45th Street, apartment 513. Harry, I can't stand it.
Call a doctor for this guy and then get hold of Lieutenant Levins in 5th Precinct. Tell him to meet me in front of 212 West 45th and to step on it.
Yes, all right.
I'll take those pictures.
I can't stand it. I'm
Ah, sure you can. It's no fun looking at the electric chair anyway.
Apartment 513, he said? Oh, here it is.
Yeah. If Lou Garzoni's in there, we got to take him by surprise or he'll knock off the girl.
Otis is down in the alley, so he won't get out that way. Well, here goes. I hope it works.
Yeah, who is it?
Oh, Mel had an accident. He sent me up to tell you.
What's your name?
Tony Vega.
Wow, why didn't you say so?
I thought you was in stir. Coppers!
You dirty duck, Walt. How about it, Walt?
He's on his way. Where's the girl?
Probably in the other room. Yeah. Take it easy, baby. All right. I'll get the gag on. There you are.
Oh, Mr. Diamond. Mr. Diamond, he was going to kill me.
Yeah, I know.
Is she all right?
Sure, Walt. Oh, how about Garzoni?
No hurry for the wagon. Now, will you please tell me how you knew Lou Garzoni was in this apartment?
Well, he and his boy were after a picture Miss Knight took. Here, this one.
Ah, there they are in the background.
He was an old enemy of Al Rigoletto, wasn't he, Walt?
Yeah. Why?
Oh, I bet he was the one who rubbed him out. Then he and his boy ducked into the nightclub. Garzoni saw his picture taken, so they went after Len.
Why, Mr. Diamond,
Oh, what's the matter?
you finally called me Lynn.
Well, Len. You go home and take it easy. I might stop by tomorrow.
What's the matter with tonight?
I've got a piano lesson. Bye.
Otis!
Yeah, Lieutenant? Is it all over?
Yes, you hammerhead. Now get out of that garbage can and see if you can find your way back to the station.
Rick, stop it.
Okay.
Rick, tell me about the girl in your office.
Oh, nice kid, lovely eyes.
I'm jealous.
Good for you.
And I'm mad.
You're so busy.
You like the new piano?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Toon, the power went out and shut everything down while I was sleeping. So when that happens, there ain't a darn thing I can do. I wake up to it being all down. So, yeah, the power went out last night. So stuff happens every now and then, and not much you can do about it. Listen, I don't think it was a popular stream anyways. If I put Mixed Bag compilation and I throw other things in there, man, that was the lowest I've seen it in like years. I think there was 200 in the middle, peak high. So there's a detective stream tonight. Hopefully power shouldn't go out, that's for sure. But, yeah, that's what the problem was, Toon.
It's a big one. Must have taken a herd of elephants to make the keyboard.
Sing something.
What does Rita Baby want?
I don't care.
Okay. Oh, I don't care. I don't care.
Rick.
Well, that's what you said. You said that. Yes, you did.
Something nice.
He could sing anything.
Everywhere you go, sunshine follows you.
Oh, that's such a beautiful tune.
Really? Everywhere you go, skies are always blue.
Rick.
I'm going to finish it. Children love you, they seem to know. You bring the roses right out of the snow. The whole world says hello. Everywhere you go. Do you suppose the guy who wrote that song ever got shot at?
Oh, Rick, you idiot. Come here.
Oh. This is much more fun than piano lessons.
Well, that's that episode. Anyways, hey, Ed Stathis, what's going on? Number 18, thank you. Is that it? 18 thumbs up? Yeah, hit that thumbs up if you're here and you haven't hit it yet. Yeah, the lights took a little bit longer than I thought, but that needs to be done correctly. The bar and everything is looking really, really good. I can't wait till it's lit up. It's going to be really, really cool. I can tell already when, by the way the LEDs went in. Man, I might have to try lighting up all the cities if they were all this easy. But I got another wall up here, as you can see. Another wall is up. The bar is set. Tables by the wall, the window, poker table, everything. It looks pretty. It's getting there, man. Looks good. Looks good. I'm really enjoying it. I should be playing like some spaghetti westerns as I'm doing this, but I couldn't do that here. I'd have to just myself watch it. But here, let's do another Richard Diamond as you guys are waiting and watching and waiting. What for what? Definitely good to see you, Ed Stathis. Much love to you, my friend. Yeah. Anyways, I will keep going here. And yeah, not much more to say. Probably about another hour, hour and a half. Get done with this bag, see where I'm at. I thought I'd be farther along than this, but it looks like later tonight or whenever, earlier tomorrow, I'm going to have to like get a jump start on a couple of these extra bags just so. I wanted to do 3 streams, but it might be 4 streams. I don't know. But anyways, some old time radio to listen to too. Let's do another Richard Diamond, the Martin Heyer case. Here we go. Enjoy as I put this together. Martin Heyer case.
Here's Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective.
Hello there, this is Diamond. About the most strenuous effort I might give out during a working year is maybe chasing some thug up the escalator at Bloomingdale's department store. But last week I really outdid myself. The all-stars of the police force challenged the private detectives to a baseball game for the benefit of the vice squad. And I wound up stiffer than a pair of starched overalls. Because the private detectives are quick to take advantage of the slightest opportunity, by the 8th inning, we realized the need for some immediate strategy. The score at that point was 6-4.
Thanks, Ed.
The cops leading.
It's cool.
So I got a hold of a little blonde I knew and had her walk across the infield in a sweater. The idea was to disturb the opposing team and take their minds off the game. It would have worked, but it seemed that since I had last seen my little blonde friend, she'd become quite a favorite with the police force, so they just waved hello and went about their business. My drooling colleagues, however, had not come in contact with said hunk of fluff, and before the game was over, 3 of them had picked up the bat boy and tried to bunt with him. You may have read where the police force finally beat us. Close game, 37-4. But I want to say right here and now, they never could have done it without that sweater. And oh, yeah, I got mixed up in a little honest murder the next day. It all started in the back booth of a middle-class nightclub. A couple of people were busy trying to think up the fastest way to make a homicide billiard. Oh, that's the 3-cushion variety. Killing to frame up to the electric chair.
Leon, are you sure this will work?
You want to get rid of that old man of yours, don't you?
You know I do.
Well, I got a wife that I want to dump, too. This letter from her is going to fix it so we both end up very unmarried.
Are you sure they'll blame it on Martin?
Sure, I'm sure. When they find him with this letter and his own gun and the dead body of my dear little wife, they'll slap him in the chair so fast he won't know what happened.
Who's going to find him with the body?
That's your job, baby. I'll get the letter to your husband, and you swipe his gun and get it to me. And you go get yourself a private detective and tell the shamus that you suspect your husband of running around with another girl. You and the shamus tail your husband. I'll have it timed so you catch him with the goods right after the killing.
Well, all right. I hope it works.
It will if you want it to, baby.
I want it to. Because I want you.
Yeah. Yeah, and all that nice money your husband's going to leave you.
Oh, it's getting steamy.
Come here, June.
Yeah.
Come in.
Mr. Diamond?
That's right.
I want to hire a private detective.
Well, good for you. Sit down.
Thank you. What is your fee? What's the matter?
Oh, stand up and sit down again.
They're 52 gauge, Mr. Diamond. Like them?
Oh, you'd look good if they were sweat socks.
I don't think they'd go with a high heel.
You've got a point. Now, what were you saying?
I wanted to know what your fee is.
Oh, $100 a day in expenses.
Isn't that a little high?
I stopped eating at the automat 6 years ago.
All right, I'll give you a retainer.
Oh, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. What's the job?
I think my husband is running around with another woman.
What do you want me to do? Hustle him off to the nut house?
Oh, aren't you nice? I want you to go with me as a witness.
You know, any other time I might get shy, but I'm really interested in seeing a girl who could beat your time. When do I start?
Meet me in front of my house at 10 minutes to 8. My husband leaves around 8.
What's the address?
521 East 58th Street. My name is Hires, Mr. Diamond. June Hires.
All right, June. I'll see you at 10 to 8. Now, excuse me, but about that retainer.
Oh, yes, that. Here's $100. Is that enough?
It'll keep me interested. What's your husband's name?
Martin. I'll see you this evening, Mr. Diamond.
Oh, one more question.
Yes?
Why haven't you and your husband been getting along?
Oh, a lot of reasons. By the way, Mr. Diamond, how old are you?
Oh, well, I'm frisky, but I passed the foolish mark when I was 3.5.
Did you? Goodbye, Mr. Diamond.
I wonder if I did. Diamond Detective Agency, with men who know the corpse is best, it's Diamond 2 to 1.
Rick.
Oh, Helen. Hello, baby.
What are you doing?
What gauge nylons do you wear, dear?
52. Why?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, Ricky, you're going to buy me a present.
Oh, you never can tell. I was just looking at a pair a few minutes ago.
Rick.
Yeah?
Where were you looking at them?
What kind of a question is that?
A very good question. Have you got a girl up in that office?
Helen.
Don't you Helen me, have you?
Well, I give you my word I haven't.
All right. Was there a girl in your office? Was there?
Well, a client. I got a $100 retainer.
I don't care if she gave you the George Washington Bridge. You were obviously looking at her leg.
Well, I couldn't help it. She sat on that way. Now, look, honey, she's just another client.
With 52-gauge nylons. Would you count the threads?
Oh, can you do that?
Oh, you wolf.
Yeah, but you're the only one who gets the benefit of my talents.
You can put the soft soap away. When am I going to see you?
I got some business at 8. I'll be over later.
Well, I'm going to stay mad until you get here. And you're going to tell me all about those nylons.
I'll be sure and do some research. Bye. Well, there you are. You sit around and wait for a meal ticket to come in, and just because it happens to be fitted with curves, your best girl digs up the green-eyed monster. I don't know why gals get sore at a guy just because they catch him panting a little. After all, it's hot in New York. I spent the rest of the afternoon trying to hit a big horsefly with a rubber band and some paper clips, and by 6 o'clock we shook hands and called it a draw. I closed the office and went home. I got into some clean clothes and grabbed a bite to eat at the corner drugstore. At 10 minutes to 8, I was sitting in June Heyer's car, parked across the street from her front door.
Mr. Diamond, how did you ever get to be a private detective?
Mrs. Heyer, how did you ever get to be a housewife?
You think things up in a hurry, don't you?
Only when I got competition.
You like competition?
Up to a point. After that, I get tired of the struggle.
I feel like I was back in college, sitting in a parked car with a good-looking man.
Your education must have been pretty tame. I haven't moved once.
Well, I really started to study after I graduated.
Oh, I bet you got straight A's.
Must you top everything?
I play around with a lot of trouble, Mrs. Heyer, and I've got to stay one step ahead of it.
Do I look like trouble?
When's your husband coming out of that house?
Any minute now. You didn't answer my question.
I'll tell you as soon as I see your husband.
Well, how will that tell you?
If he's wearing a beanie with a propeller on it, I'll know you've been giving him a lot of trouble.
So I've been giving him trouble. That mean I'll do the same for somebody else?
What's the difference, a husband or a private detective? They both got their names from a guy named Adam.
Oh, look. A cab pulled up to the front door.
Yeah, I see it.
And here comes Martin.
He's getting into the cab. Well, what do you know?
What's the matter?
No beanie. We both sat and watched while Martin Heyer got into the cab and it pulled away. Mrs. Heyer put her car in gear and we started the tail, keeping it a safe distance. He led us across town to a middle-class apartment house and we stopped the car and waited up the street.
He's getting out and going into that building.
Come on.
Oh, what for? Shouldn't we let him get up there first and then...
Look, baby. Do you know who this gal is?
No, of course not.
Well, then come on. I want to see what door he goes in.
But, won't he see us?
Honey, I don't tell you how to put your lipstick on. Now, don't tell me how to make it like a bloodhound.
Oh, the lobby is empty.
Now, watch the elevator.
Oh.
It's stopping on the 4th floor.
Hadn't we better go up?
Look, lover. The 4th floor probably comes equipped with a lot of doors. Now, if you want to just knock on any of them, go hire yourself Humphrey Bogart.
Well, then what do we do?
You stand by and watch like you... make like you knew what I was doing. See, the little old elevator's coming back down. Now, you just hold it there while I look at the mailboxes. Mrs. B. Callahan. Mrs. Lillian McEdward. Mrs. Mike. Well... and Miss Sally Maxwell. Okay, now we push the button for the 4th floor and away we go. Fun?
How do you know where to go?
I got the name off the mailbox.
But you said yourself there must be a lot of people on the 4th floor.
Elementary, my dear girl. Process of elimination. We're lucky this time. Only one single girl on the 4th floor. Sally Maxwell. Come on. It's 406.
What if there'd been more than one single girl?
So I make some new friends. Now stop asking questions and stick close.
I'd love it.
Now, here it is, 406. Now hold it down.
Can you hear anything?
No. Yeah, somebody's moving around.
Oh?
Oh, duck.
What?
Too late.
What? June.
Good evening. I represent the Great Nothing Life Insurance Company.
What are you doing here, June?
I might ask you the same thing.
Do you mind if we come in? I'd like to interest you in our indemnity clause.
Stop pushing. Get out of my way.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing. You get $3 million if a python bites you in the middle of Times Square.
You can't force your way in here like that. You...
Oh, now you've hurt my feelings.
Take your hands off me or I'll strike you again.
Sure, but you need 2 more to put you out. Here, have one on me. Now, the next time you go striking people...
Mr. Diamond, look.
I looked past the little guy and spotted the body. She was blonde, and I didn't know why she was hanging onto the rug that way. She wasn't going anywhere.
All right, you. Get out of my way.
Huh? Oh, what a lovely gun.
Martin, you killed that girl.
No, I did not. I came in here and found her like that, but I didn't kill her.
She's been shot.
I know that. I found the gun by her body. You don't think I'd kill her? I was in love with her.
Martin.
Is that the gun that did it?
Yes. I mean, no. I don't know what I mean. But you stand right there. Don't take another step.
That's your gun, Martin.
You shut up. I didn't kill Sally, but I know I haven't got a chance of proving it, so if you come any closer, I will most certainly shoot you.
I hate to look like an idiot, but it's against the law to shoot people.
Mr. Diamond, be careful.
Come on, Martin. Give me the gun.
You don't think I'll shoot, do you?
Come on, give it to me.
Just one more step.
Look out, he's going to shoot.
Come on, open up in there.
What?
Better drop it, Martin. You got company.
Stay back. Stay back.
This is the police. Open up or we'll break the door in.
Police?
Give me the gun, Martin.
No.
Let him in, June. Before Levinson tears down the whole wall. I've got Martin.
Yes, all right.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
What's going on in here?
Hello, Walt.
Hey, Lieutenant, look. It's the gumshoe.
Rick, why do you guys always have to break down doors? Why don't you try turning the knob first?
Otis, didn't you see if it was unlocked? I forgot, Lieutenant. You mallet head. We got a report that someone heard a shot from this apartment.
There's the body, Walt.
Who's this guy?
Martin Heyer. Here's his gun. He was going to use it on me.
I didn't kill her. I came in and found her that way.
Oh, shut up. Who's the girl with you, Diamond?
This is Mrs. Heyer. Martin is her husband.
I don't say. The old triangle, huh, Rick?
I engaged Mr. Diamond to follow my husband.
That's right, Walt. We caught Martin trying to sneak out on the corpse.
I told you I didn't kill her.
And I told you to shut up. Is this your gun?
Yes, but I found it lying by the body. I knew I'd be blamed if someone found my gun, so I put it in my pocket.
You search him, Rick?
Haven't had time.
Shake him down, Otis.
Yeah, Lieutenant.
I want my lawyer, and you get away from me.
You open your trap just once more.
Okay, butthole.
Please, Mr. Diamond, I'd like to get out of here.
Sure. Okay, Walt?
Yeah, but I want to talk to both of you down at the station later.
Here's something, Lieutenant.
What is it? Letter.
Are you coming, Mr. Diamond?
You go on down. I'll be right with you.
All right.
Walt, what does the letter say?
It says we can't continue this way. I've decided to break it off once and for all. It will do no good to see me, so please stay away and leave me alone. Signed, Sally.
Let me see that.
Yeah. Well, what about it, you? Is the dead girl named Sally?
Yes. I don't know why she sent it. We're both in love.
Sure. What were you going to do about your wife?
I was going to tell her this evening. Then I received this note. I came right over to see Sally, but believe me, I didn't kill her.
Tell me something, Martin. Is this the way you received the letter?
Yes. Why?
Now, you wait a minute, Rick. I'm very happy with what I've got, so don't start making like Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, well, I guess you're right, Walt. He admits it's his gun, and this letter is certainly motive enough.
Yeah. Otis, call for the wagon and put the cuffs on Heyer.
Right, Lieutenant.
Walt, why would someone send a letter after tearing off the top of it?
Huh?
See, the top of this letter is missing. The part that usually reads, Dear Julius or something.
So what?
Do me a favor, will you, Walt?
Oh, what is it?
Give me 3 minutes and then have Otis fire a shot from this apartment.
What?
Is that all you can say? Have Otis fire a shot in about 3 minutes after I leave.
I will not. The police department can't go around making like it was the 4th of July.
You want to solve a murder, don't you?
I have solved it. What more do I need? I got a suspect, the murder weapon, and a good motive.
Walt, if you just killed someone and a guy caught you at it, what would you do?
Knock him off, too.
Well, I caught Heyer in the act, and he didn't pull the trigger.
Well, you said yourself he was going to.
But he didn't, and he took too much time thinking about it. Walt, I can't remember hearing a shot when I came in this building.
So you didn't hear a shot. Maybe you couldn't.
Well, that's what I want to find out. I was right behind Martin all the way up to this apartment, and I didn't hear a shot. Maybe he didn't kill her.
That's right, I didn't. Please, I didn't kill her.
You see, Walt?
Oh, you always start something like this.
Martin, did your girlfriend Sally have any enemies?
No. At least she never told me about any.
Now, where are you, brain trust?
Just a little more sure of myself. First, Martin can't make up his mind about shooting me. Then he claims that the murdered girl didn't have any enemies. Does that sound like a killer trying to cover up?
You've run into smart killers before. I'm surprised at you, Rick.
I called the station, Lieutenant.
I'm proud of you. Go on in the other room and shoot that cannon of yours off when I tell you.
The what, Lieutenant?
You heard me. Shoot it into a mattress, but don't muffle a shot.
Okay.
But not till I tell you. You might think it's fun and blow up the whole building.
Thanks, Walt.
What are you doing?
Just looking around this desk to see if I can find the top piece of this letter. Martin, are you sure that your girlfriend didn't know anyone who might want to kill her?
She never said she was in danger. But you might ask her husband.
Her husband?
Oh, swell. Why didn't you say something about her husband before this?
You didn't ask.
Oh. Who is her husband?
His name's Leon Fisk.
The gambler?
Yes.
Oh. Bye, Walt.
Now, you wait a minute.
Have Otis start making like a Roman candle 3 minutes after I leave.
What's that you've got in your hand?
Huh? Well, it's a piece of stationery from the desk that matches the stationery this letter was written on.
You can't take that letter. It's evidence.
What is?
That letter the murdered girl wrote to this guy.
Well, how do you know she wrote it?
Because this guy said so.
Yes, but I'm not sure. It could be forged.
See, Walt, maybe she didn't write it.
Well, that's why I want it. The lab will be able to tell from other samples of her handwriting.
Tell what, Walt?
Who wrote that letter?
Well, don't you know?
Of course I don't know, but we found it on this guy, and it's police evidence.
Why?
Why? Well, because it just is, that's all.
Well, anybody could have written it. You could have written it, Martin.
Yes, I guess I could.
And send it to yourself?
Why would I send it to myself, Lieutenant?
You wouldn't. That's why it's important.
You mean the letter itself or the fact that he couldn't have sent it to himself?
Both reasons.
Well, if he couldn't have sent it to himself, that eliminates him as a suspect.
It does?
He didn't do it. Did you, Martin?
No.
See, Walt?
Now, wait a minute. Why do I always get into something like this?
You asked me if I sent the letter to myself.
You shut up.
And you said he couldn't have.
That's right, he couldn't.
Then someone else did.
Of course they did.
Okay, then as long as you're not so sure it's important, I'm going to take it with me.
Who says it's not important?
Well, if he didn't send it to himself, then someone else did. And if someone else did, the murdered girl couldn't have, so anyone could have sent it. Isn't that right?
Say that again?
He said if I didn't send the letter to myself, then I couldn't have gotten it. And
No. He said you couldn't have sent the letter to... No, wait a minute. You couldn't have written it to...
To myself.
Yeah, so someone else wrote it and sent it to the murdered girl and...
No. Send it to me.
You're crazy. I distinctly heard him say...
Walt.
Yeah?
After you figure it out, be sure and have Otis fire that shot. I'm going to see Leon Fisk.
Okay. Now, let's start it again. If I didn't... If somebody didn't... If you didn't...
If I didn't what? Lieutenant?
Oh.
What is the matter, Lieutenant?
He did it again. And you helped him. You rat, I'll see that you get the chair even if you didn't kill her.
What did I do?
You shut up.
Well, what took you so long?
I had to get a merry-go-round started.
Can I drop you somewhere?
Just relax for a second. I've got to think something out.
Well, I didn't ever think Martin could kill anyone.
Yeah.
What was that?
Just a backfire. Look, drive me across town. I want to talk to a guy named Leon Fisk.
Leon Fisk?
Yeah, runs a nightclub with an iron claw in the back room.
What's the address?
222 East 45th. I remember it because when I was on the force, I used to raid his place for exercise.
Thinking of doing some gambling?
That's the way it'll probably end up. Let's go. She drove me across town, and 10 minutes later, we pulled up in front of a low building with a flight of steps leading down to a basement door. A large sign over the door read Cellar Club. I got out and thanked June for the lift and watched her drive off. I went down the steps and through the door.
Something I can do for you?
Yeah, I'd like to see Leon Fisk.
Maybe you don't want to see you. What's the name?
Just tell him Diamond.
Okay.
You got a phone booth?
Yeah, right over there.
Thanks. I found the phone booth and went in. In my business, you work with hunches, and sometimes they pay off. I knew that the torn letter had to be sent to someone the dead girl was going to slough. I didn't think it was higher, so the next best prospect was her husband, Leon Fisk. I didn't have a thing to pin on him, but a good bluff can open a lot of doors. I took out the letter and copied the handwriting on the other piece of stationery. I wrote the name Leon at the top and then the words, "We can't continue," so they'd correspond with the first part of the original. Yeah?
What was your right?
What's it to you?
You don't have to get sore. I just thought maybe you was getting a tip on the horses, and I sure could use a winner. The nags have been beating me to death.
Oh, no tip.
Okay, the boss will see you. That door right over there.
Thanks.
Well, Diamond, it's been a long time.
I haven't missed you, Leon.
What brings you here?
Your wife was killed tonight.
Sally?
One's usually the limit.
That's too bad. How did it happen?
I thought maybe you could tell me.
I don't know anything about it.
Ever see this letter before?
Hey.
What's the matter? That's your wife's handwriting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It says, Leon, we can't continue. Then the writing stopped.
Oh, so what?
Well, the guy the police are holding got a letter from Sally, too. It started the same way, but it wasn't addressed to anyone. The top was torn off. You know what I think?
No, tell me.
I think she started one letter to you, then threw it away and wrote another one. I think you sent the second to Martin Haar after tearing off the name Leon.
Go on, Diamond.
You didn't count on her starting a second one, so you went up to her apartment and killed her with Martin's own gun.
Oh, with his own gun. Maybe you can tell me how I got it.
Oh, I think so. You had to know a lot of things before you could kill your wife. What time Martin would arrive so the time of death would be close. You had to have his gun to leave by the body, and you had to have a witness who would swear Martin killed her. It had to be timed just right.
You're talking yourself into a corner. How would I get all these things?
By working with someone who was close enough to Martin. Maybe like his wife.
You're crazy.
Am I? She just drove me to this place.
So what? A lot of people know this place.
She told me she didn't. So I gave her an address 8 doors down, but she pulled up right in front of your door.
Well, that could happen.
It was too pat, Leon. Getting me to come to her place at 10 minutes to 8 and knowing her husband would leave close to 8. She had to know it because that letter was delivered just before I got there.
Think you can prove it?
You made one mistake. I didn't hear a shot when I got to your wife's apartment. I found out later that you could hear one all the way down in the street. Your wife was killed before Martin went into that building. Probably when you saw his cab pull up. Well, anyway, it's enough to hold you on, and I think we can prove later on that you've been seeing June Hires.
You're a pretty smart shamus, Diamond.
Oh, you mean you admit it?
Okay, baby, come on in. June, come on out of there.
Leon, are you crazy?
Well. I didn't know you kept your back room stocked with nylons, Leon.
Yeah. I guess you two don't need any introductions.
Why did you have to drag me into this?
You heard what Diamond said. He knows all about it. You got the car out back?
Yes, but what are we going to do with him?
Diamond? Well, he's going swimming with a barrel of cement.
Lieutenant Levinson wouldn't like that. He knows I came here.
You're lying.
Wait a minute, maybe he isn't. Diamond was upstairs with him for quite a while.
Okay, so we'll have to hurry things up.
Leon, you can't shoot him.
Yeah, you should know it's not polite to point.
I'm not going to knock him off here in the office. We'll take him in the car and do it later.
No, Leon.
What do you mean, no?
It was your idea to kill your wife. I just helped get the gun. I'm not going to be along if you kill Diamond.
You're going to be right with me, baby, because you're in this up to your pretty neck, and I need that car.
I'm not going to do it.
Oh, yes, you are. Oh, you and Diamond go swimming together.
Leon.
Give me that gun.
Let me go. Come on, drop it.
You go to the devil. June, come back here.
I'm getting out. You got me into this mess.
Come back here, you dirty little tramp. Don't you take that car.
You're not going anywhere, Leon.
You want to bet? I'll fix you, Diamond.
He hit me with the butt of his gun, and I went down like the price of wheat in July. As I picked myself up, I watched him run for the back door.
June, wait for me. You're not going to leave me here to take a rock.
I got my gun out and stumbled over to the window and looked out just as the car started up. I spotted Leon with a gun in his hand. He looked mean enough to start shooting with it. He did. He started running up the alley then. I suppose I could have said something like, "Stop or I'll shoot," but I was too tired. I just rested my arm on the window and let him have it. Well, Walt finally showed and cleaned things up. I was bleeding again, so I headed for 975 Park Avenue and my usual first aid station.
Yes?
Hello, Francis. Miss Asher in?
Oh, my goodness, Mr. Diamond. Come in, sir. Come in. You've been hurt again.
I guess you'll have to answer the door a little quicker after this, Francis, or build a first aid station in the hall.
The usual, sir?
No, you can forget the plasma, Francis. I had liver for dinner. I can stand the loss.
Just as you say, sir. Miss Asher is in the study.
Oh, thank you. Why don't you go to bed? You look tired.
Yes. Good night, sir.
Boo.
Oh, Rick.
Yeah. Isn't it awful?
Oh, what happened to your chin?
Oh, I got it caught on the 38. Want me to go?
Want you to go? Why?
Well, I thought maybe my poor little face scared you.
Oh, I like your poor little mussed-up face.
Well, thanks, Sporty.
How about some music?
Oh, I'm too tired. Turn on the radio.
All right. Now, let me look at that chin.
Oh, that's soothing.
Hey, shut that radio off. I'm trying to sleep.
Now, what is that?
Oh, it's that crabby old neighbor.
Oh, it is, huh?
Now, Rick, don't get mad. I'll turn it off.
You want something, Max?
Yeah, some sleep. Is that too much to ask?
Well, stick your head in the closet.
Now look, Bud.
You
Sounds
look.
like the
That
honeymooners.
radio wouldn't wake a 2-year-old.
Well, just pretend I haven't stopped teething, wise guy. All I want is some sleep.
Oh, you do, huh?
Sleepy time, gal. You're turning night into day.
Rick.
Oh, that guy upsets me.
All right, he upsets you. That's too pretty a song to sing like that.
No.
Now, you do it right, or I'm going to be mad.
Well, honey, then that's the last thing I want you to be. Now, cuddle up on the sofa. You comfy?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be mad now, baby. Sleepy time, gal. You're turning night into day. Sleepy time, gal. You've danced the evening away.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Before each silvery star fades out of sight, please give me one little kiss, then let us whisper goodnight. It's getting late, and baby, your pillow's waiting. Sleepy time, gal, when all your dancing is through. Sleepy time, gal, I'll find a cottage for you. You'll learn to cook and to sew. What's more, you'll love it, I know. When you're a stay-at-home, play-at-home, 8 o'clock, sleepy time, gal. Well, how was that, baby? Helen. Helen. Well, how do you like that? She snores, too. Hey, you! Max!
Yeah, now what do you want?
How about a game of gin? I'm lonesome.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Helen was played by Virginia Gregg. Lieutenant Levinson by Ed Begley. Also in our cast were Wilms Herbert, Jay Novello, Joan Banks, and Stacey Harris. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Richard Diamond is written by Blake Edwards and directed by William P. Rousseau. Dick Powell soon will be seen in the screen version of the best-selling novel, Mrs. Mike. Now, this is Eddie King inviting you to be with us again at the same time next week, when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. This program has come to you from Hollywood. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
Okay, Richard Diamond, the Martin Hire case. I think we've reached the limit here. It's 8:30. I mean, I was going to go another half hour or so, but it seems like everybody's taken off. I know Connie's doing a movie night. I just put the next set of lights in, if you can see it. And it's starting to get a little bit hard to see the inside of the saloon. The next bag that I've got here, and there's a lot of pieces, is going to be the front wraparound porch for the front of the saloon. So that is going to be cool. But I've got all the pieces in here for the lights. This, I do believe, is going to be hidden too. It should come up towards the top of here, I do believe. And these lights are going to go in the next level. So, yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. I just put 2 columns in. Looking great. Thanks, Connie. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether to keep going for another half hour or not. Should I do another show? Let's see. I could. Nope, going to end it here. I'm going to try to get some of this done too on my own, just so I can get caught up, so that we're not doing this like all week long, you know. So I'll put a couple hours in on my own to get this going, and I will see you guys for the overnight over on the Late Late Horror Show. But yeah, stay tuned for upcoming Lego City streams, updates, and some reviews on some of these products. As soon as this is done, I'm going to do a review, but I should be here tomorrow night doing part 3. Keep this going. I do want to get the lights going and some more stuff, so I could see where the whole back of this is going to open up this way by swinging, which is kind of cool. But thanks everybody that was here. I appreciate it. And I am going to end it and see everybody over on the other channel for the overnight. Thanks for being here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, all that good stuff.